Oh, well,
There we go.
you can do that now.
Sorry.
All right. Well, you'll have to give everyone the recap later on because I'm going to do it.
They've probably binged. They'll see it.
Not going to do that twice. All right. So, Luvash is busy, a bit busy hugging his daughter. She's back now, so that's good. Um, Aragal is looking back and forth between that scene and the four of you, or the I'm sorry, five of you. Looking a bit puzzled before he speaks up. Have you spoken to him before?
No.
Freed is still bowing. He has not lifted his head up.
Leona's
What?
just gonna look away and rub her arm, like there's something bad she's not saying.
What?
Actually, wait, let me redact that. Freed kind of raises his hands up, or he raises his head up, he stands up straight, and you kind of, if anybody wants to watch, he starts wrapping something around his left hand.
Which is?
Well,
If anybody wants to try and find out what he's doing.
no, I'm just
do it.
trying to figure out. I'm just trying to see if anyone's gonna respond to the guy question.
Empyrean already did. He gave him a solid no.
Yep. All right. So looking at all of you guys just kind of not answering, he's like, I see. Then that raises a bunch of. That's not.
But I have only been awake
I
for
did say something though.
how? And then he like looks at his hands. I don't know.
Not you, big guy.
I said that Balin asked, "What was he doing?"
Well, I watched you wake up, so I don't think it's you. So I wouldn't have imagined you spoke with him. I was more referring to the other four. Has that really been the first time you spoke to him?
At the time I spoke to him, I may have been near death, and Freed pulls some of the bandages off of his left arm and wraps it around his left hand.
Well,
And if anybody's paying attention, you can see little red droplets coming out of his left hand. Like, he was squeezing his hand so hard when he bowed, he actually, like, dug his claws into his own hand.
I wouldn't call what we've done talking.
I see.
sort of.
Yes.
Sorry.
I'm. Again,
Valian, did you have anything that you were saying? Because I don't think I could hear you.
You guys really never heard anything I said?
Yeah, no,
No.
you're even quiet
You're
right
really
now.
quiet. You're really quiet.
Testing.
Oh, that's much
Better.
better.
So the microphone is apparently at the bottom now for some reason.
All right. Well, at least you know that.
Watch
now
us go back
you
to
know.
the first thing Valen had asked was, "What was he doing here?" in a venomous tone. And
Well.
I don't remember what the second thing you said was.
No, never mind. We'll just we're gonna retcon it so that you said that because nobody else reacted.
Okay.
So, in response, Aragal is well, unfortunate. Well, I suppose this is his domain, is it not? He's free to travel wherever he pleases. Something that he constantly reminds everyone. Of course, we Vistani are equally as free, as he less than always notes to his guests. So I suppose he was just checking up on us.
What? She asked. She had
So you
pupils.
weren't
Lips.
talking in there.
Well, what do you expect he says? Half of the things he mentions don't really make sense to our people. Today he was just talking about the wine shortage. An unfortunate shortage as it is. Something must be going on up at the Wizard of Wines.
Wait, the wizard
And
does
you-
wines?
Oh, forgive. I'm not talking about I'm not talking about the Mad Mage up north. I'm speaking, of course, about the Wizard of Wines winery.
What is this winery called?
Wizard of wine, silly.
I was going to say I couldn't help you if you didn't get it from context, but thank you.
It's Freed we're talking about, so
Freed kind of shoots a glare at Valine.
what? We all gotta start somewhere.
That's okay, you're one of our best heroes, so...
Freed finishes tying the bandage around his left hand.
The Wizard of Wines is well, of course, it's a winery. It's a big open field vineyard. Usually very successful. Or at least their output has been fairly steady. Something must have happened.
You don't
Well.
say. Something like everything. Considering the old man went insane, and I'm not sure if we should be talking about this.
Oh, the Mad Mage up north is something completely different. The Wizard of
No.
Wine...
Not
sorry.
him. The man who kidnapped your daughter.
The man who kidnapped my brother's daughter.
Yes. It's kind of hard to see when I'm looking.
Luvash has headed inside of the tent with his daughter to, tend to any wounds that she may have.
I suggest you keep a very close eye on her. Whatever to the man.
She should stay close to fire for the next day or so. Stay as warm as
I mean,
possible.
Yes, but
Indeed.
whatever,
Big word from someone
whatever-
with fire resistance.
Intriguing.
whatever,
Hmm.
whatever
Reed shoots a
happened,
glare at
she
Leona.
says, glaring at the three of them. The man was deranged, according to the girl, speaking incomprehensibly. But that's not the worst thing you have to worry about. He's dead.
You murdered him.
No.
Oh no! See, he had a boat ticket and he had to catch the
I
boat.
threw a boat at him and he died.
No, he did not. Lightning struck him in the water. She said
That happened after he drowned.
he was still
I-
flailing when the water was struck. I was
Do not try
saying
to take the credit of kill from me.
You did not kill him. You
Somehow I find the boat story slightly unlikely. But
No, I threw a boat through the lake at him. This happened.
very
No way.
well.
Reed,
It's okay,
Still
no
win.
one thinks you're weak.
hold on. I want to do something real quick. Freed kind of looks at Leona's like, will you tell him to shut up?
He's either way. The drunkard fisherman is dead, but that was the least of your problems. According to information from before, there are hags running around Barovia. Keep a close eye on your daughter, because
Please understand, she's not my daughter. Well, really, well,
your
realistically,
niece.
well,
Keep an eye
realistic,
on your niece.
well, realistically, she's not technically Luvash's daughter either. I wonder
sorry,
how
what?
I wonder how those two met. But regardless, I'm sure he'll keep a much closer eye on her from now on. Now, as for all of you, unfortunately we haven't got much to offer as payment. Hmm.
Okay, out of
You-
character, we should ask for a cart.
You know,
Enough with the fucking cart. We'll get it later.
Nah, dude.
Out
Christ,
of
you're like
character,
Leona with the vegetables.
out of character, I want to ask why are they allowed to go in and out freely of Barovia?
you can't ask that out of character.
No, I'm just
That
saying. Like, I want, but I don't think Baylene's
Uh,
gonna get a response.
it's a rhetorical question. Okay. Um, yeah, no. If you want that information, you have to find it out in character. I can't
Mhm.
give that out. But anyway, we have little to offer in the way of payment. Well,
Question. Do you
yeah.
have anybody who works
Is this in or out of character?
in character?
Okay.
Do you have anybody who works, and this is just for me, do you have anybody who works with sword making or sword crafting or any sort of blacksmithery? And Freed holds up the longsword without a scabbard. It's just been sitting in his belt, and you can see like little scratches and scuff marks and cuts in his belt and his pants where it's just been sliding in and out.
I see. Well, no one who could
Kinky,
make
by the way.
no one who could make a proper metal sheath, as we lack the materials, but certainly we do have craftsmen. Would a wooden holster suffice?
That would actually be perfect. I'm more used to a wooden holster.
Certainly. Come back another time, and well, after we've given the other members of our crew a chance to return, we'll attend to that.
Much appreciated.
Certainly. Now, in the meantime, I suspect you'd want something. The only thing we can perhaps offer is a bit of a reading, a bit of a reading of the fortunes.
Do you have food?
We're running quite short on supplies at the moment.
Freed nudges Bran and whispers, "Potions! Ask him for potions."
As potion. Do you have any potions?
Hmm.
For healing.
Well, from context, I'd suppose you'd like healing potions.
What? Who
Yeah.
said that? I don't know what's going on.
But what about the other?
Well, once again, our supplies are running quite low, and we don't keep a stock of health potions handy anyway. Unfortunately, I don't believe we'd have any around. I'll tell you what. Give me one moment.
What about any other kind?
Give me one moment. Let me see if I can see. Let me see if I can find something.
As he turns around, Freed kind of he's kind of pacing around the group, and he nudges Leona in the back. Ask for herbs.
I don't think he's here at the moment.
Ask for herbs.
Right. Right. Herbs and insects. And question: is he still in the area, or did he go to get potions? I guess I think he went to get potions.
So you guys are gathered right here speaking. He went to the back of this cart here and took the pad. You watched him take the padlock off. Though you can't quite see what's inside the wagon, he does appear to be shuffling through it.
Okay, so I'll ask then when he gets back.
He returns. He returns with a small box, a small little wooden box. He lifts it up and says, "Well, this is quite a reserve. This is quite a reserve given the circumstances, but I believe you've earned it. Here, by all means. And he hands one of you the box, whoever's in front.
Um, should it be
Perion
me?
reaches over everyone else and picks up the box
Leona's
Leona,
gonna
don't
leave.
and
break
then
it.
opens it.
What's inside?
Inside you find about sorry. Inside you find about six golden, crudely crafted rings, probably worth somewhere in the ballpark of 50 gold apiece.
He does not
Still,
recognize this. He
I'm
closes
sorry.
the box and
I
then he
said there were
gives it to
3,
Leona.
correct?
He said
Because
6.
I meant 3. I'm an idiot. There are 3 in there.
Oops.
Okay, so the second he recognizes his jewelry, he closes it and gives it to Leona.
Leona, upon opening the box, you see there are 3 gold rings, crudely crafted, worth somewhere in the ballpark of 50 gold apiece.
So what's in there?
Uh, 3 golden rings.
Wait,
I thought it was 5
Really?
golden rings.
Well, I'm.
Veiling takes a peek inside.
But,
You see exactly what she saw.
Veiling is kind of interested.
oh.
All right.
So I know we probably shouldn't take this from them because they just said they don't have a lot of stuff, but maybe we could take 2 and leave one of them. You know, right?
Out of character, moralizing why these people are wanderers, the money probably doesn't mean much to them.
I mean, yes, but being greedy here.
Rand's just kind of
why?
peeking at it on tiptoes, kind of like looking
This
at
ain't
it.
one of those settings that'll reward you for being good. So I don't know. Back to character.
Are these rings for you to use as were these what's the word, heirloom? Were these rings heirlooms, or are they just things you guys have collected and plan to sell in order for supplies automatically?
Oh, they're simply bartering items. I figure one child's life should be worth at least this. I do wish I could give more, but unfortunately, as I said,
Child's
times are a bit
life,
tight.
blood or not, is worth anything.
Would
Certainly.
it be possible to get herbs and incense? I'm gonna need them for a spell.
Well, unfortunately, I don't believe we have any of those. Should we come across them in our travels, I'm sure we'll keep you in mind. After all, well, we'll keep you in mind. One other thing that we can offer, it's a bit of a service that we give to only those who we certainly feel that we can. If you travel, take the Svalich Road back east. Continue on. You'll find a break in after Castle Ravenloft. You'll find a fork in the road, one that goes down and one that comes back up, and one that continues around the mountains. If you take the path that goes down towards the river, you'll find another Vistani encampment, I believe. If they're still there, we don't have much contact with them nowadays, but if you tell them that we sent you, I'm sure they'd be willing to give you a reading of your fortunes. I can't imagine it wouldn't be valuable. It has been to many others.
You mentioned that earlier. Are they able to not just the future, but do they have the ability to search for lost items or people in particular?
People are items.
Well,
What's this?
well, it's not exactly clear to me what their abilities are or are not. After all, I'm not really one of them.
Thank you.
Of course. Now, shall you be requiring anything else?
A bit of peace of mind would be amazing.
Don't we all wish we could get that here? But alas, Barovia is Barovia.
Why do you stay here then, I wonder? When you said that of all the people you're allowed to leave, I would probably just pack up and leave forever if I were you, but you probably have something to gain. I just hope it's
Why
clear.
leaves? Why leave somewhere where the inhabitants don't kick you out? I mean, certainly you are only here because, if I remember correctly, you were sent to evacuate a few of our kind.
I
Indeed,
was I was sent here because a few of your kind told me that a prince needed rescuing from a curse.
true, but you only met them because you were instructed to get rid of them, correct?
I never said I was gonna evict them by force.
No one needed to, but the fact is, you were instructed to evict. Well, if that's how we'll be treated out there, then why not simply stay here, where we're not?
Because if you run from everyone who doesn't like you, you'll find yourself with a lot fewer places you can be.
Such
I
as
know the
this one.
feeling all too
Such as
well.
such as this one right here. In any case, I bid you adieu.
Freed nudges Leona a second time.
What? She's good.
Herbs.
I
He
already
slaps himself in the head.
asked.
She asked
She
them
did?
for herbs,
Oh, I missed that. I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
No,
Valen
she
is,
asked.
Okay, redact that.
All good.
Valen is staring at Leona like, you have no idea how hurtful you can be sometimes, do you?
Aragal proceeds back up into the tent. Does anyone wish to do anything?
Freed's gonna look and see if there's any sort of like fire pit nearby. I think I asked that last time. I don't remember if I did or did not.
There doesn't seem to be a fire pit outdoors, no. Although, if you are looking around, give me one moment. Hold on. It's a hill, and you guys are on the top of the hill. So, there you go.
Oh, that's much better.
Yay.
Hmm.
So,
You guys are free to go wherever you like.
so, who's up for a wine run?
I think we need to actually address a couple things.
Also, did
Like?
Leona never realized the comment?
Never realized what?
Oh. Oh. All right. Thank you. No, I was asking if Leona ever acknowledged the comment Valen.
She did not. I don't think she even processed it.
Hmm.
These two have gone inside.
Freed is sort of deep in thought for the moment, so he's actually going to go look for some sort of flat, barren area that's kind of out of the way, off to the side. And he's going to have a sit down.
Remember, this whole place is on a hill. These represent the relative elevations at different points, and you can extrapolate how high each part is in between those rings, so that there's not a lot of flat area around.
Is it like an actual, like, super deep hill, or is it a wide hill? Is it one you'd be able to sit on comfortably, or if you were to sit down, you might fall and roll?
I mean, look at the diagram down. Just keep scrolling down.
Oh, it's 10 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet high?
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty gradual, especially at the
So 30
top and at the bottom. if you don't sit in the middle of the hill, and even if you did sit in the middle of the hill, I'm sure you'd be fine. You're not going to fall. You're not going to tumble over.
Well, yeah, Breed's gonna go ahead. He's gonna come back down, and he's gonna walk down the side of the hill and sit on the side of the hill and just kind of face. Is it dawn or dusk, or middle day?
At the moment, it's about midday. You guys started this venture in the morning.
Okay, so yeah, he's just gonna kind of sit down and face outward from the hill, and he's just gonna do a couple things on his own.
All right.
Alright. Leona is going to run over and join him and say, "Hey, Freed. I should have said this earlier, but thanks.
For
You saved us. More than once. You're a true hero." And when she says true hero, she's gonna nudge him with her elbow.
Freed flinches.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's just it's complicated. I need to address something, and I don't know how. And I need to let it out, or I'm gonna cause somebody else to die. And with that, Freed's gonna go ahead. He's gonna pull his sword out, stick it on the ground, and he's gonna sit down, pull his bag out, and look around. Is anybody else watching, or is it just me and Leona?
I think it's just you.
Empyreon is standing right behind Leona.
Oh, oh, mother, God has.
He's not sitting. He's just standing, like a statue.
He is one.
You know, if I paint him blue, we wouldn't know where he is. He would be so fast. Be a blue hedgehog. Sorry, that's out of character. Freed kind of leans over to Leona. Can you tell him to turn around or to never repeat this if he's going to be listening? This is kind of important, and I can't really address this.
Is Freed deliberately whispering, or is he just saying that?
Kind of both. If you want to try and listen for him, you're welcome to.
Oh wait, no.
Well,
If I have to roll, I'm gonna fail it. I'm just asking if he was hiding it.
No, he's not really
I-
hiding it. He's being pretty obvious about it.
Brand's way too far away.
Yeah, no. Can you tell him to turn around and look the other way?
Hey, Empyreon, why don't you go watch the trail and make sure no one sneaks up?
What if the horns stab you?
What?
Ah.
He's not gonna headbutt me, no.
No. That is
Freed.
what I've called him, because I do not know his name nor care to remember it.
My name is Freed, and he holds up his left hand that's covered in bandages, and he squeezes it as a couple of drops of blood drip out. Here's a blood oath: I will not kill Leona.
I do not necessarily need that. I just don't care. Also, if you want me to walk away because of some thing you need to say in private, I do not care. I will not listen.
Oh, God.
Fabulous. Put him in sleep or standby mode.
He doesn't have
Well, give
buttons!
him- Fine. Anyway. And Freed's gonna turn around, he's gonna open up his bag, and he's gonna pull a wrapped up piece of cloth tied with leather string, and he's gonna hold it in his lap. The person, the man who you see here and now is a facade. I want to apologize for being so negative and harsh, but there are things at play that I have to continue this facade that in order to keep other people safe. In order to keep myself safe, I have to continue this facade until certain things can be addressed
Then
physically. And he's going to kind of scratch his throat with his claw. If that makes if that emphasizes anything.
I don't think Leona would understand that. Wait, is he scratching it like side to side, like the death
No, he's
signal, or-
making it look like he is cutting his throat with his claw. He's making it look like he's cutting his throat with his claw.
Yeah, he's doing that thing where he takes the thumb and just like.
And it's not super graphic. It's just like he's holding his neck up and
Yeah.
he's dragging his thumb across his throat.
Then why this facade? If you're gonna have a facade, you could pretend to be anything.
I have to be the opposite of what I am. If I'm too noticeable, the people around me will get hurt and die.
Yeah.
There's a reason why I was the first person to jump into the water. There's a reason why I was the first person to jump in front of the werewolves. It's part of me that I cannot not take initiative in moments of danger or distress. And I myself died once by freezing in the river. And it was somebody who raised me, who saved me, taught me these honorable things. And with that, Freed opens the cloth. He unties the leather string. He opens the cloth bag that's holding this long metal object, and he pulls this out. If Leona, if you want to go to, or actually no, I'm just gonna send it to Leona. You guys don't get squat.
Oh. Ow.
Let's see. Rada. Sorry. Sending her a picture here.
First null with draddle, then freeze with rada.
Dreidel, I made
Rada.
a play. Dreidel, and with it I will play.
At least it's not.
Rada.
At least it's not monkeys on fire.
Oh, Rada.
All right, I sent you the picture.
Rada.
All right, Leona, did you get it?
Yep, I got it.
All right, so Freed opens the cloth up, and he holds out this, what looks like a very oddly shaped, oddly designed, curved short sword. And he is very protective of it, but it is very, very ornate, very decorative, very well designed. And he's just kind of holding. He's not drawing or anything. He's holding it decoratively, and he's just holding it in his hand. And he looks over it and he says, "This is who I am. This is who I truly am."
You're a sword.
Freed pulls the short sword that's on his back and holds it next to it. And it's just this nasty, decrepit, old steel. Do you see a difference?
Yeah, one is certainly better kept.
No, it's I am not, this is not my style of weapon. When he's holding the short sword, he points to the long sword. This is not, I'm proficient in it, but it is not what I was trained in. I am a warrior of honor. Most people would know me as a samurai. I hold honor and person, honor of character above all else. Honor of protection. And unfortunately, I have to hide that until I can get things taken care of. So if I seem harsh or off-putting,
But
I
you have a
apologize.
party now. You're not alone in battle. You know, someone comes to attack, you got backup. Maybe not good backup. Hell, maybe backup that seems to be getting everyone killed.
the
But
last
still backup.
And with that, he kind of drops his head a little bit. Last person who helped me in a fight. I don't know if he's still alive. Let's put it that way.
That was
And
us.
I do not mean Solus. This was the man who raised and trained me. A master warrior. He was my master, and I do not know if he's still. He saved my life, but in turn, he was shot, stabbed, sliced, and burned, and I have no idea if he's still. Unfortunately, I had to escape. For all intents and purposes, as far as I know, he is alive and healing and well, and eventually I will return to him. But as long as I keep this facade and I show that I am gone, I have to get far enough away, and I have to take care of something where I can truly show my true character. And with that, you see first thing, Reed looks up and he smiles, and he's showing this kind of dumbass grin, and he's showing a very different character than he's been showing off.
Not gonna lie, Leona's not getting any of this. She's mostly confused.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. Listen, I'm just saying this so that way, if you feel like I'm being mean or negative or harsh, I apologize. I was originally going to address this Solus because of the fact that he was able to do some sort of weird fucking paladin shit. I'm looking for something. I needed somebody who was well traveled, and well, he's gone now because he was an idiot.
I have been many places.
I don't think they're
Someone who's
recent
alive.
enough.
Someone who's alive and walking around. I'm looking for something. And you've been asleep for God knows how long.
I have been. What year is it?
Minako, what year is it? Out of character.
Uh,
Actually, no, wait. I'm probably gonna have to roll with that because I've been a fucking vagabond for like a year and a half side of the road. I have no idea what time it is.
Just say it's 2015.
The modern Dale reckoning calendar should leave it at like 1380 or late 1370s. That's when like the Heroes League stuff, the like loosely canon adventuring stuff that Wizards of the Coast puts out. Most of the campaigns that they put out.
the current campaign date of the Forgotten Realms is 1491.
It's 1491.
1491 DR.
I thought it was 13. All right, well I was wrong.
Do I need to roll for that because I've been on the road without a calendar?
I think the year is common enough knowledge that it doesn't matter. You'd be able to track the year from the passing seasons.
If you wouldn't know, then you would have found out in the Death House when we knew it was a
As of the real world year 2015. So we are actually years ahead. It is 1494.
Okay, so I mean I didn't set a time, so I'm just. But he was asleep for 2 years. So if you tell him it's 1494, he'd be like, 1492 was when the last young miss died.
Fabulous. Has no bearing on my research or on my search.
So I existed in the realms for 2,050 years. Before that,
Do you know of a giant flaming sword?
I
Well,
wasn't
not
paying
necessarily giant.
until that moment. Would have to refill me. You'd have to tell me what he said.
FYI, or out of curiosity, what are Bran and Valine doing at the moment?
Yeah.
I'm listening to your story.
Yeah, but you can't know
Like,
that.
what's
unless
your
you follow.
character doing?
Yeah.
I'm picking up food.
From where?
Leftovers. We're going home.
Oh, you mean in real life?
Yes.
No, I'm asking what your character is doing.
Oh, good lord.
Brad, you first.
Oh no, I was.
They had the same.
Brad,
Well, you
One
were
way or
saying
the
your
other.
thing.
What is your character doing?
If you guys want to try, you can try and roll perception and see if you were in an area close enough to hear Freed.
Well, can we see him?
I mean, he's sitting on the hill, so like, yeah, you can like he's not hiding himself and he's not hidden in the brush, but like,
Well, literally anyway.
So I'm gonna Rand's just gonna nudge Valia and ask, "Do you know what they're doing over there in the hill?"
I mean, no, but I could probably try to listen in. Looks like they're playing
Stealth
with a
party.
sword.
Uh,
Oh no, you if you guys are behind him, you would not see the short sword.
I'm not sure if he's undoing his clothes, but he's
Oh
doing
my god!
that is interesting.
Don't get any weird thoughts. They're not that close, I think. So
some lizard
That's
crawls
probably
by, like
going.
some lizard crawls by you too, like they're definitely fucking, and then just keeps going.
can I kill the lizard for food?
You know what? Yeah, I'll allow it.
What do I need to roll?
Yeah, just roll dex, because I'm gonna assume you just try to step on it and murder it.
Can I roll dex too?
Yeah, by all means.
Oh my
You just fucking Mad Max the lizard, just step on it, kick it up into your hand, and start chewing on it.
Axie, I need you to roll. Wow. All right. None of those were the right roll.
Yeah, those are all deck saves.
Not a single one of those four was the right roll. You guys want to roll dexterity, not dexterity save.
Oh my god.
That's the one. All right.
Where is it? I'm on a.
It's right next to the. Just click on dexterity, like the word
word.
dexterity.
Are we going to shear the lizard in half and both get the ends
I don't
of it?
know. I don't know. It depends on what Valine rolled.
Oh my
Crit
god.
fail. The lizard stole the knife. Yes! Oh my god, I called it!
Oh my god!
The lizard took the knife! The lizard has the knife!
No, Bran got it. Bran was just like, stop! Stop!
The lizard has a knife, but Axie stepped on it.
Oh no, I'm imagining that Valine jumped down to grab the lizard and Axie shot the lizard through her hand.
I was thinking more. I was thinking more that Bran steps on her foot or hand.
Bran, you smash your foot down, and catch the lizard by its bottom half. You hear some crunching, and the lizard. You hear some crunching, and the lizard responds by going, "Ah, man, what the fuck? God damn it!" Valine, you are about to do it, but you hit dirt and slip out and pratfall, so you're prone.
Whoops. She's just
fucking banana
staring
slipped.
there. She's quiet, and then she slowly turns to Bran and says, I will kill you if you do that again."
Why was it talking?
The lizard is now making the SpongeBob "my leg" noise.
She stabs it to finish killing it off.
All right, I'm gonna let that one alone because it's no longer moving, so it's just an auto. So you just stab the fuck out of it and it dies.
I don't
My
think
children.
that was necessary. As maybe it was some guy, the witch trapped in a lizard or something.
It's food now.
I really hope that wasn't a druid.
If a druid dies in their beast form, they turn back into their druid with full health.
Any
Clear's
second.
still alive.
Anyways, going back to Freed and
No, it's not dead. It's just sleeping. This is the late
And now for something completely.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, exactly.
So we were explaining, or maybe not
Completely
explaining,
different.
the sword to Empyreon. Because he said he didn't listen. He wasn't paying attention.
Sorry, big guy. The sword was stolen about a year and a half ago. I don't know how long I've been traveling for, but the sword was stolen, and that's basically what I'm looking for. It's I doubt you've heard of it. It's from the far, far east. It's
I have
actually,
been many places.
actually, yeah. Now that I think about it, because Freed, out of character. Freed rolled a nat 20 on his history.
Yeah, like
so
you know he's been to your region of the world. He's been there. Like there are less legends in that region, but there are a few.
All right, in that case, Freed's gonna go ahead and drop some lore for you. He's already dropped some lore for Leona. He's gonna drop some lore for you. Have you ever heard of? And I gotta get the name to make sure I say it right. Where is?
Yes.
My little shit. All right, Spikes. Have you heard of? If I can name.
What did...
Have you heard of a flaming sword by the name of Ryusei Kiri?
I did...
It's named Kitty.
What?
Ryusei Kiri. Ryusei Kiri.
Do I know of the sword? Can I recall a sword by this name with a 12?
Probably not.
No. Well, no. But do you recognize the name Taiyo Tsuki no Ryu?
Is this
Another
another roll?
history
Should I have to make another roll?
Yes.
8. No, he doesn't recognize that one either.
I will give you this. You know of it. You know that they were a clan of Sun Warriors and Moon Warriors, but that's it.
Yes,
Empyrean is
Empyrean.
Jon Snow.
Yes, Empyrean, like I just mentioned, that is what an 8 history will get you.
Oh,
Well, I mean,
okay.
it's his lore.
Well, I was gonna say that you heard of the name, but that's it. He wouldn't know anything else about it. But if that's a no, then yeah, no, he knows nothing. Okay.
No. Go on. Go on. It's fine.
No, that was it. He just knows the name. That's it.
Okay.
I think I killed some of those at one point.
Well, so did my master, so I don't hold it
But I
against
turned them into a bloody mash, so I don't know anything other than what they screamed that who would take revenge on me as I killed them.
you. That would have been generations ago. I don't give a fuck about him anymore.
That was probably
God will take revenge on you.
900 years ago or so.
Oh wow, yeah, no, that would have been during their first creation. Okay.
Remind me to send someone to introduce you to our allies before I introduce you.
To enter what you cut out.
Yeah, you cut out there.
Remind me to send someone to warn our allies before we get there.
Leona, log out and log in. Leona. Drop in, drop out of Discord. We can't hear you.
Give me a moment. I think I might know what the problem is.
Leona.
So, is the lizard thing canon or not?
We have
Yeah.
killed a talking iguana.
You did kill a talking lizard. I don't care.
Okay, so we have one.
Honestly, not out of the region of possibility for this area, or for this land. Not beyond the realm of possibility.
And before the Vestali start yelling at us that we killed one of their brothers, so you know.
In character, Freak wraps up the katana and he puts it back in his bag.
All right. Well, after the list.
Wait, just real quick.
Can you hear me now?
Oh,
Hello.
Perfect. Great.
Good.
Yeah, sorry, there was interference between my laptop and the router.
Oh, well, I'm glad that there is no longer interference between your laptop and the router. Just give me
And
real
now
quick.
get happily married.
Excellent. Real quick. What's all of your passive perceptions?
7.
Just the collective group. And noted 7.
How do I find out my passive perception?
It's underneath your stats.
Yeah, but I think you
What?
derive it 10 plus your perception score, or 10
That
plus
is
your.
My
that is what it is. It's
No.
10
my
plus perception.
passive
Yeah.
my passive perception
Oh,
is 4.
yep, there it is. Oh, I have passive. Yeah, it's 11.
Yeah, it's 10 plus your wisdom mod, so you can derive it if you need to. But I'm sorry,
12.
what do you have? What do you have, Freed?
11.
All right, so we have a 7, an 11, and a Bran has a 12.
7 11 closes at 12.
Oh, 13.
Yep. No, mine's 24.
Damn.
Mine's 24 hours actually. So then we have a 13 and Valine has a 14. Noted. Thank you very, very much.
Wait, is Bran not proficient in perception?
No, I don't think so.
It would just be checkmarked. That's curious. I just didn't know. I just didn't realize.
Oh, he is.
So his should be a 14.
That's good. Yes, it is. It should be.
In perception, yeah, look at that. It is a 14. Huh. All right, neat.
Well,
Okay, cool. So Leona and Bran and Valine, or Leona has a 13, Bran and Valine have 14s. All right. Go ahead and continue then, please. Continue what you guys were doing.
So yeah, Freed goes ahead and he wraps the short sword back up and ties the leather around it and puts it back in his bag. Tell no one about this.
about the short sword or the flaming sword?
Everything I've told you belongs to me. Let's put it that way. I told you because I needed to tell somebody, or I was going to go insane. The drowning child, fact that she's not related to them, the fact that she nearly died, somebody else had to jump in and save her. There's too
Valine
much
and-
similarities. I was going to go nuts if I didn't talk to somebody.
Speaking
Va-
of in... Okay.
Valine and Bran, you do notice a pack of 2 individuals, eerily similar to similar in stature to wood elves, but they are much darker in skin shade and hair color. One of them, they're coming up the road. One of them diverts off and goes to one of the homes down here. The other one, however, looks like they are heading back, continuing up the trail. Just thought I'd give you a description of what's going on.
Out of character, are they, if they're drow, would Valine notice this? Because I put into her backstory that she had a relationship with a drow.
We know they're not drow.
We know one was not drow.
Well, I mean, I would assume as like player that these are all the same race because they're being described in exactly the same way. So we're pretty sure they're not drow.
So, anyways,
So she doesn't recognize them.
Brad is very curious about the one that breaks off, trying to eke out what they were doing or what they looked like in more detail.
Hey, Bran, you saw that, right? They didn't look lost like the rest of us, did they?
No, they came here with the purpose to do something.
Maybe this is their home we're standing on, or maybe they just
Bran-
don't know what.
Bren, you see one walking. Sorry, let me get my ruler. Bran, you see one who breaks off and walks over to around here and then disappears behind the house, and the other one continues up the road. So go on.
So, if I went over to here, how much of inside the building could you hear?
I mean, scroll down and look at the layout of the hill here.
Oh yeah,
Look
there
at
isn't actually space there, is there?
yeah, they're built into the hill.
Hmm. You can't really listen to the smoke coming out of the chimneys, can you?
I mean, no. You can try.
I mean, it's not the worst spot to listen to. If you're trying to eavesdrop.
I mean, I'm never gonna tell you not to try to stick your face into a hot chimney, but you know.
Just like you didn't tell me not to go play the acid.
Yeah, just like I didn't tell Leona. No, actually, I take that back. Leona, I outright told you that was a bad idea, and you did it anyway. So, but no, I'm never gonna tell you not to stick your face into a hot, smoldering chimney. But you know, that's totally up to you.
All right then,
And this is why.
he is going to walk around to the entrance side, just
All right,
probably being less subtle than he wants to.
that's fine. You see a door. It's shut. Valine, are you following Bran, or you guys?
One moment.
Let me just ping it up. Let me pull it up. You guys were here. Or actually, I apologize. You guys were around here.
Can you
know,
use a
looking up.
Can you use a GM ping? The phone is acting fucking with the map.
I am pinging.
They need a
No,
switch. Yes.
Yeah. What is it? Like control?
I thought it was shift click.
Oh, I think it is. No, I think you're right. Yep. There you go.
Thank you. All right.
No problem. All right. So yeah, you guys are around here, and Bran is walking over. Bran has walked. I'm wondering if you're following. He walked down the hill here and then arrived over to here at the front door of that thing. Are you
Valine-
following? Mind you,
Yes.
there is the other person is coming up the hill. They are about here at the moment. So Bran is going off this way over to here, and this other person is around here, and they're coming up. So what are you doing? Are you following Bran, or are you staying where you are?
Valine's gonna follow Bran up until the house, but once she's at the side of the house, she's gonna let him do his thing. Mostly, she's
Okay.
just keeping the rest of the group in eyesight in case anything happens. But but I don't think she'd
From
be in
where
view
you-
of the
I was-
other person.
From where you are, you wouldn't be able to see Leona and Frieda and Empyreon.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
maybe the top of Empyreon's head, but you wouldn't be able.
Okay, then she stops like part way over and then just stands there. She's like looking back at the rest
That
of
would
the
be
group.
all right. That would be about that would be about here that you'd stop, so that way you can see them and you can also see him over there. Okay, cool. So you're around. So you're around here. He's around here, and then the other guys are around here. Okay, perfect. So, Bran, what do you do? Curious.
Can he hear anything through the door? If he can't, he is going to actually open the door.
You can't really hear anything on the other side of the door, no.
So, he's going to try to open it.
All right. The door opens, revealing a small 5 by 10 foot landing area, and then a slightly about a 6-inch raised section for a 10 by 10 living area. Just a bed, some just a bed, a table, some kitchen supplies, and a fire where there is some cookery going on. And the individual who is inhabiting this house is simply sitting by the fire, and he looks back at you and is just like, "Oh, now what are you doing? What's going on? What do you need?"
Nothing in particular, not really.
I'm going home after a day of searching. Is that all right with you?
Yes.
Yeah,
Then
yeah, all right,
the
thanks.
man just turns around and leaves.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
And then comes back
Yeah,
and
yeah,
remembers to close the door.
Yep, all right, good.
Can
Um,
Valen hear this conversation?
no, probably not.
No.
Although Valen, you do see this person, this other this other wood elf looking person walking over here. She gets here, looks down, and then starts walking to Freed and Freed, Imperion, and Leona. Leona, you happen to hear and notice that somebody is walking towards you from behind.
Leo's gonna turn and take a look at them.
All right.
Imperion
As
tracks her head and follows after.
very well. I mean, not doing anything to hide herself. This individual, as I said, kind of looks like a wood elf, darker skin, darker hair. It's a very, very deep shade of dark amber. And she is not walking with the best of, she is not walking with the most balanced of looks to her stride. She is heading over a little bit with difficulty carrying herself a bit, and she just calls out to the three of you, "Hey, you two should kiss."
So
Great!
Valen was
Young
walking.
miss, do you want me to kill the drow?
Valen was walking.
No!
No, start
I
over.
would like
Where's
to
the
get my
drow?
joke
Where's
out!
the drow?
I
Where's
would
the
like to get
drow?
my joke out! Now, you, Imperion,
Where's the
shush!
drow? I don't see him.
So
Wait,
Valen,
Valen, what are you doing? Yeah.
she was walking over because she got concerned, but as she hears that, she face palms before saying, "You are about as elegant as an orc on their first date with a human."
I
Wha-
mean, we're not dating, so...
No, she was saying that to the elf.
Yeah, Leona's still gonna respond with that. Well, we're not dating, so...
It seems to be a running trend. First, the barkeep thinks that me and Bran are married. Now this elf thinks that you and Freed are dating.
Excuse you,
Are you
calling me an elf like I'm one of those sick elf people.
You're definitely not a drow.
You're
that is
not a
Freed laughing.
drow.
Breed is busting
I mean-
a gut. He is cracking up.
I mean, you're right. If I were a drow, I would have probably already killed you by now.
You're right, because drows suck.
Or
What?
She
Doesn't
turns, she
matter.
looks at Imperion and goes, "Who are the drow?"
The drow are elves that look like you, but are evil
What?
and are amazing.
again, you guys have never.
Bastard.
Well, I can't really say much because
I
most drow are evil, but you've never befriended one.
would recommend
I have
ignoring
befriended many.
Imperion.
It is like so daytime right now. Look around. It's so bright. You should go up there and get some wine. Because there is a festival.
Wasn't there no?
Yeah. Festivalios.
Festival,
So-
At that, another drow seems to, or not a drow, but a drow-looking person. Sorry, drow was on the sentence mind.
Oh, real quick,
Yeah.
Veiling decides to have a little fun with this drunkard, so she casts dancing lights and has them just zipping, flying around this drunkard and elf in front of them.
Whoa! I'm gonna dance. and she just starts dancing. Um,
That's adorable.
another one of the elves just comes this way, and basically he does not look as pleased, and he's just like, okay, all right, Jesus, this again, all right. You are
You seem
gonna
to know her.
watch. Yes, yes, I know her. Yes, and she is gonna watch her intake from now on. Supposedly, was the last time she said that.
How many
Come
times has
on.
she said that?
If I said that, let's. I was a lot younger when she said that last. All right, come on, come on.
Okay.
So the guy tugs her, along down the hill and over here.
She's your sister, isn't she? Valiant remarks as they leave.
What?
And I said, as they're leaving, Valiant remarks, she's your sister, isn't she?
No, good Lord, no. If she was my sister, I would venture that I wouldn't care how drunk she got. So they walk off to the home there.
Do you want to play like we're siblings next time someone does that?
I'd be more than happy to try it, but I don't think the family resemblance would really show.
So,
Yeah,
Unless we
were
were to
you
go
two
with I
dating or
got
something?
mom's looks, you got dad's. Or I got both of their looks and you got what was left over.
How did you two? Well, when a
I guess what was
demon
left over was
really
magic.
wants to fuck a human, um,
He's being
I mean,
sarcastic,
look
by
at
the way.
tieflings.
yep.
Alright,
Anyway,
Then how do they make kobolds?
We don't
look,
talk about kobolds.
look. Humans will fuck anything. All right, so continue.
So,
And
who
the
says
internet,
who's up for a wine run?
That
I
sounds like a
mean,
great idea. I need to.
Not
well,
not for us, a delivery run.
I mean, yes, but why didn't you try offering that weird jug thing you had that you mentioned at the bar again?
I'm just gonna
The
go over to
When we met at the
where.
bar, you were talking about some jug, some infinity jug or something.
yeah, I don't think she needed more.
I mean, but can't you just use that so we don't have to go?
I meant
She's
to.
being lazy. But
I meant head to the winery and investigate what's going on and maybe escort a delivery.
all right. Just
I mean, would you really rather go to church?
I mean, the church is
well,
closer to here, so we might as
I
well.
mean, I used to go to church. I got kicked out once because I drew over a mural. It was fun.
Yeah, I can't say my experiences have had nearly that much excitement.
Uh, I, I well, I guess we could go. Just are you okay? Just don't drink, unless you.
I have
She's
no plans of drinking. I have no
you can
plans
see
to drink.
you can see she's trying to keep herself from smirking. Like she stops herself from suggesting, unless you two want to make out or something. Like she's stopping herself from saying that. It's painfully
All right,
obvious.
so what's the?
Well, I could
What are you
use.
guys doing?
Well,
Leona's gonna stand up.
Okay. Do
And
we have input from anyone else?
Nope.
Rating's gonna step back. Like you're not gonna slap me, are you?
I guess Leona's gonna offer her hand to Freed to help him up.
so while we're at Imperium, Bran is suddenly curious about how sharp the spikes are, and so takes a stick and tries to impale the stick on one of the spikes.
They are incredibly sharp, but they are also much
So,
flatter than you expected. They're more like blades than spikes.
so basically, it just slides through like a wedge. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Freed, Leona is offering her hand to help you get up. Or do you accept it?
He holds up for a moment, kind of looks up, sighs, and yeah, he grabs your hand and hops up.
I ship it. What?
So Bran just takes
Does
the
anybody
stick
want
back
to try
and
and
looks
see
at the
his
just
file?
looks at just it's pretty much split, right?
Um,
And just kind of holds it up. Just kind of points it out easily that just split right down the center.
Ooh, spikes. All right.
no.
Leona, are you keeping all of the rings, by the way?
You're the one
I don't
who's
want.
currently holding them.
Wait, I am?
Yeah, I think I handed them off. So.
Oh. Just gonna add that to my inventory then. She has 3 rings.
3 golden rings.
Come to think of it, I still have the golden ring from the Death House. Actually, I have a lot of shit from the Death House.
Nice.
Including your really, really cool sword.
So, will you guys be going anywhere? Or are you guys doing?
So
What are you doing?
Leona's gonna
How
say
much?
to the winery and then head the wrong direction.
What?
Who knows the right direction for the winery?
Someone could tell me the heading and I could probably figure it out.
Literally, none of you know where the winery is.
Is anyone
Leona!
going to? Thank you.
Nobody knows where we're supposed to go.
Oh, so
Railing
it's not
goes
just me
into the
this
tent.
time. Okay. She's gonna head back to the group.
Vaylin heads to the tent to ask for direction.
Freed
All
follows,
right.
heads towards the front tent, or the
Leona,
main
All right.
tent.
Leona follows.
The tent flap pushes to the side. It's not locked or anything. You see sorry. You see Luvash and Argal the tent as well as Arabelle. Arabelle is sitting in a chair by near a fireplace. She's no longer shivering and kind of looks to just be fidgeting a bit. Luvash and Aragal are speaking to each other, towards the back of the tent, just kind of speaking, not in any harsh tones.
Freed kind of walks over to, I forgot her name. I want to say
The kid?
Leona. I know it's not her. Fuck, what's
The kid?
The kid. Yeah, what's her name?
Arabelle.
Arabelle. Freed walks by Arabelle and notices that she's not shaking, and he just kind of drops down and says, "Feeling warmer?"
She nods her head.
Good. I didn't mean to scare you. It's just that's how I died when I was a little bit older than you. So, reason why I put you in front of a fire in the first thing.
She looks down quietly, like she doesn't quite know how to respond to that.
Just be safe, but don't let it control you.
So,
all right.
is she? So, does she still need my robes, or can I have those back right now? And you realize that Baleen has been in her plain clothes this whole time.
Yeah, I probably should.
Yes, Valine. Yes, Valine, go take the child. Go take the clothing off the child.
She was asking the parents or her father.
Are you looting the child? Stop that.
Wait, what? I was kind of zoned out for a
Stop
moment.
looting the
What was that
children.
question?
Looting the
Right?
living child.
Rayleigh gave her robes to the kid to help keep her warm when they were at the fire.
You hold her down. I'll check the pockets.
Well, she's asking her father if she can have her robes back, or if the child still wants them.
No need. We'll just take the whole robe.
Just take the whole kid.
Perfect. As payment. As payment for finding Arabelle, we will take Arabelle.
Stop it. Just answer the question. Answer the question.
Freed pockets the child.
We have to be back about the on the up.
What are you guys gonna do to her? We will train her to be.
You cut out.
She will be my new vassal. I will train her to be a warrior of equal skill or better.
That's fine. Just don't use the word vassal.
Oh my god. Okay.
To your question, Luvash replies, well, please just let her have her robes for a bit longer. I don't want to make any. I want to leave her as she is. I want her to recover. I'd like to give her some time first.
Okay.
All
Leona's
right.
going to pull the extra clothes she has from the death house and chuck them at Valine.
No, Valine has clothes, probably a bit shorter, but she just wanted robes.
Wait, so Valine's been running around naked this whole time?
God, have some decency. There's a kid in the room. Excuse
Wow.
you. Excuse me. There is a kid in Free's
Freed.
pocket. You should have a little bit of decency.
I'm going to stab you.
I'm just
Free
surprised that
reads
nobody
what?
noticed that she took her clothes off and gave it to this girl and has been running around stark ass nude.
Freed, I'm going to stab you with bullets if you say that.
Breed's just sitting there, big dumbass grin.
But-
This Donnie were actually nudists, so no one noticed.
No.
Okay. Okay.
No,
so
she, ha-
which way
no,
is the
she,
winery?
she has clothes. Yes, the winery. Which way is it? It might actually help some of our party members be less dumb for one.
Oh, don't count on it. I plan on being directionally dumb no matter what.
I was talking about Freed.
On that note, oh no, I'll wait.
Aragol replies, well, unfortunately, I'm not very good with direction. Perhaps you'd like to ask someone in the, perhaps you'd like to ask someone in the village proper.
You know, why didn't we do that in the first place?
Because they were drunk.
Hindsight
Again.
2020, isn't it?
Hindsight
I
doesn't work if
see
you're
here.
hungover.
I see your
Or
end,
dead.
Valine says.
Wait, what is she? What does he say? What does she say?
No, like when the guy said hindsight 2020, Valine just turned at him and slowly said, I see your end.
I don't
Like-
know what you just said.
That might be a good thing.
Anyways, let's go to the village, guys. I could probably get some clothes that
By your mom.
if you cold.
When Valine says probably get some clothes, then she's gonna chuck a outfit she's carrying with her at Valine's head.
Ow.
What do I have to roll to get it stuck in her horns?
I swear to God, if you toss the clothes into a fire.
Wait, what do you have to roll to what?
Get the clothes stuck on Valine's horns.
I don't I don't know. Just I don't call high or low. Just call high
Hi.
or low.
Hi there. I'm taking the low
Aw.
route.
All right. The clothes just go pop off of Valen's chest and flop to the floor.
Oh, I was worried they'd pop into
Valine,
fire.
Valine presses her finger against Leona's nose and says, "Eyes up here, honey."
And Leona's going to take her finger and put it on Bailey's stomach and say, "Clothes on here, honey."
I could easily burn yours off, you know? But I'm feeling
Im-
nice today.
No.
Empyrean, are you good? I
No.
noticed you're no longer in the roll 20.
Am I no longer in roll 20? Oh man,
Yeah, I think you popped out.
I accidentally closed that.
So,
Oh, look at that.
Don't
Anyways.
realize that I made a horrible
Mhm.
mistake while shifting through some tabs.
so
Yeah.
for the
You
time
made a horrible
being,
Anyway.
mistake.
Empyrean doesn't exist.
No, like-
Dun. He was never real all along.
So what are you guys doing? Give me a clear answer. Where are you going? What are you doing?
We're
Wait,
going to the town to
We're gonna-
ask for directions.
I mean, we should probably
Yes.
go to the church. While there, though.
Leona's gonna resist that. She does not like church.
You all
Yeah, we
bring
head to the
yourselves
church.
back to Valaki.
Yeah, let's go there. Let's go to the
Let's go
churchy
back to
thing.
the
No.
lobby and figure out where we need to go.
You guys walk up the path. Go
There's
this
a churchy
way.
thingy.
Bam! Meet a guard at the gate.
You think this one's gonna be an idiot like the last one?
What do you want to bet? It's the same idiot as the last one.
Hey guys.
Oh yeah, we're
long
gonna have
time.
to talk to the burger master about that, aren't we?
Hey guys. Long time, no annoy.
It is the same idiot as last time.
Motherfucker.
Hello, we
Hey.
would like to go into the town.
Nothing stopping you. Well, yep, nope, nothing stopping you.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm just going
not
to
even gonna
make this
try to
as
say
quick
that
as
one with a
possible
smile.
and just walk in.
What?
I'm gonna make this as quick as possible and just walk in.
All right. I mean, literally nothing stops you. You can walk in.
Yeah, Freed's following the group, and he addresses the fact that, guys, we need to stop walking around. We have too much shit we need to do. Who has the bones?
That
I
would
Whoa,
be
think
you
me.
that's
guys-
you.
You guys carry
No.
around bones for no reason? Damn.
No,
You guys are
that
hardcore.
would be Valine.
Yeah,
Again.
Balin has the bones.
Yep.
You are a terrible guard. You realize that, right?
Man, my remarks have absolutely nothing to do with my job performance, but I'll let you have that one because I am probably a bad guard.
Gosh, you act like such a soulless person sometimes.
Yeah, well,
Don't you have any emotion?
welcome to Barovia, where everything's made up and nothing matters.
I'm sorry, what?
Welcome to Barovia, everything sucks dick.
That would explain your lisp.
Okay, we're moving now. Leona's just gonna push push on Valen's back, moving her forward into the town.
Ow. Ow.
Well, now I'm
ow.
certainly-
Hey, I could
Hey,
can walk.
Well,
Chris,
now I certainly ain't sucking yours.
Okay, hold up. Who said the lisp? I missed who said the lisp.
Valine said
Okay.
that.
Freed's gonna stop and say, "Hey, Valine, do you have any raw meat I can cook? I want to cook something on that burn you just laid."
And she cackles.
At that, Leona's gonna look at him, back up, try to tie her tail around Freed's arm, and try to pull him with her tail.
What the? Hey, come on! You have to admit that was a solid burn.
Okay.
Whatever, guys. I'm the
That
one
was
who's
a-
paid for standing
That was a solid
here.
burn.
Whatever, guys. Enjoy your dicks. Pork chop
By the
sandwich.
way, as they're walking past, we saved
wonder-
the girl.
What's the girl?
At that, Leo's just
Oh.
gonna stop. Her entire her tail just drops, and her ears are like up, but not like in fun manner. Like,
Okay.
If he dies, I promise it wasn't me.
you're right,
I
cause it's gonna be me! And she's just gonna tackle the guard.
Oh shit!
I'm sorry. Why is she tackling him?
Because he forgot that we were looking for a little girl.
Leona, do you actually
yeah.
tackle this town guard? I just want clarification.
Okay, so there are plenty of people between me and him.
And Perion grabs the back of her shirt.
Red's just gonna continue walking into the town.
Yeah, let's keep going
Hoping
to the
they
church.
catch up.
Leona, let it go.
But I don't want to go to church.
Raylene's
How do
gonna
you
wrap
think- how
her
do you
tail around.
Like a
Around the
distraction or anything to put between you and the church would be fun. Oh, I know. Why don't we visit the library? Yeah, we can visit the library.
Is there a library? That's not a thing. To the church!
Oh.
So, are we going to drink the holy water from the cups? Or...
So, you guys continue. So, you guys continue along. However, when you get about here, you notice that there's an unusual quiet coming from the rest of this. While not normally a bustling town by any means, it's certainly more usually busy than this. Continue. You guys continue to walk, and you find the church that you found last time. The
Exactly what-
slouching centuries-old stone church, the bulging steeple in the back, and walls lined with cracked stained glass windows depicting pious saints. A fence of wrought iron encloses the garden of gravestones next to the church.
The cemetery that Raylen completely missed.
And a thin mist creeps among the graves. However, you notice that on the front door is a sign labeled no entry.
Oh, look.
Festival in progress. Will return.
Oh, look. They're closed.
think
We don't have
yeah,
to go now. Let's go somewhere else.
And Perion
And-
opens the door.
Raylen, I was just both Raylen and Perion do. They just like, wait, Monaco, is the door locked?
The door is not locked. Nobody had.
I wanted it to be locked so I could break it.
The door
Yeah,
isn't
same
locked.
here.
You. Sorry. You open the door to reveal the typical church. However, sorry.
However, dun dun dun,
It's full of
One moment,
zombies.
one moment.
it's full of soulless clones.
Oh,
Actually,
no.
no, I'd be okay with it full of zombies because then we could say it's the Temple of Time.
Oh no, you know that by heart. Awesome.
I used to be obsessed with that game. Games.
It's wonderful.
I still think Saria's song is my favorite one out of them all. Oh god damn it, I forgot the mouse in the car and I can't move around the map.
Alright, one moment.
Dun 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 dun.
Hey, let's take a bio break. I gotta feed the cats.
Okay,
Fine.
Dun 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 dun.
I'm gonna need another GM ping until I get back to the car where the mouse is, so god damn it.
That's fine.
In the meantime, I'm also gonna go to the bathroom.
All right, fine. And when everyone is back, we will pick up because I am now ready to continue. So,
Okay. So I am just gonna say that Valen's gonna look for the holy water disc things.
Alright, I'm gonna get candy. We are safe from the breakdown. For now.
mm,
Um?
what type of no, Empyrean? What kind of creature are you mechanically?
Mechanically, I think I don't know. I think the Warforged. I think they might be considered constructs because I'm a Warforged race,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't. Let me look. Let me look at this.
Okay.
No. Okay, so mechanically,
Yep.
he is a humanoid
Okay.
because he's marked as his stat blocks would mark him as a humanoid because he doesn't have a modifier that replaces it.
Right. Well, that just gives you a shape. I mean, what about mechanically, like what type of creature?
That's
Are
what I'm
you
saying.
are
Like
you
like
considered fiend, undead?
no,
Like
that's what I'm saying. The mechanical stat block, the thing it would say next to his name is humanoid.
Smorgan, Forgan, Egan,
I
Olgan.
am
Work.
back.
So you're not a small construct, or you're not a oh, you are media. Oh, you all right? You are humanoid.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
okay.
he's a
All right. You are
humanoid
just
creature.
okay. I see. I see. Okay.
The reason I
Dang.
say that is because there is one race currently that does have a replacement for that.
Yeah.
Centaurs are considered fey.
Oh, okay. All right. And you're not Fey.
No, I am specifically humanoid. Though like lore reasons he should be a demon. He should be a fiend. If we want we could like retcon it. He technically should be a fiend.
I mean, that's up to you.
Yeah, no, it would make way more sense for him to be considered a fiend.
Okay.
And have
If
all
you
of the negatives and positives of that. I mean,
right.
if we're saying that, we're marking that now. I am not considered a humanoid for the purposes of spells as well.
Yes. No, I'm aware. That's
So like
why
hold
I'm
person
saying.
and
Are
shit
you
don't work.
sure?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I will take that.
All right.
This
Very
is
well.
a debuff for right now, but later when someone tries to cast Hold Person on me and it doesn't work, I'm gonna be like, "Hey,
Cast what?
there are a bunch of Hold Person. There are a bunch of like crowd control, like stun and lockdown spells that specifically say humanoid. They don't work on fiends and they don't work on fae.
No,
So
take it.
why are you considered a humanoid?
Because it doesn't.
Boy.
Any player character, unless specifically said otherwise, is considered a humanoid.
Well, yeah, but what
Or
are
a
you again?
goblinoid.
Warforged.
I'm Warforged. It doesn't have a change out. I don't. They being a
Weird.
construct is like a pretty large buff, and they didn't want to give it to the Warforged.
Yeah.
It's also a big debuff. It's really complicated. They basically in 3.5, Warforged were a really complicated race that was simultaneously really strong and really weak in a lot of ways. And they didn't want to have that in 5e as like a philosophy. They didn't want to have races that were like super like polarizing. So they changed it. So like I can be healed like any other thing, even though technically I should be a construct if I was a Warforged.
Yeah. So do you want to set yourself as a construct?
I would like to set myself as a fiend. It would make the most sense narratively.
So,
Because apparently he wants a demon dick back.
But
Yes,
are
he-
you? But I
demon
mean,
dick.
would you realistically be considered a construct or like?
He'd probably be both. Like realistically, but like the reason I don't want to be a construct is because if we make him a construct retroactively, then we're basically taking the action they didn't want to take, where we're saying he can't be healed and he gets all the other stuff that constructs get, but he already gets those things passively. So we're just adding on the debuff that he cannot be healed because you can't heal
So-
constructs.
How
All right,
does he
then we'll
become a
have to
construct?
then we'll have to just leave him as a. I would really be. I don't think I would tack on. I don't think I would tack on the definition of fiend.
So how do we heal Empyrean?
No, he's not a construct.
Normally, you can just do it normally.
That's the
Okay.
whole reason though.
Warforged-
Is like we
The
don't want to do the
Warforged are in
construct thing.
The Warforged aren't even in the Forgotten Realms. They're in Eberron.
They are. It's
Oh,
why I kind of
jeez.
took the race and ran with it as like a thing.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
talked to you
whatever.
about this.
No, I know. We talked it over, and I said it was okay, and I'm not taking that back. Like it's fine. Yeah, a fiend must, by definition, be an evil creature.
I am an evil creature. My alignment is chaotic evil.
But also, you have to
We
originate
know
from fiendish planes.
Huh?
we know this when you threw the goddamn boat.
You have to originate from one of the fiendish planes.
He does. He originates from the abyss.
But isn't abyssal off
Mm.
limits?
Abyssal tieflings are off limits because they're a specific type of tiefling that is in Unearthed Arcana. He is heart demon from a blood war demon who originates from the abyss and fought the blood war between the devils and the demons for thousands of years, and then was
shouldn't
turned
you
into this
just
golem.
go into a side channel with Nanako for this?
It doesn't
No,
matter.
it doesn't matter.
Like he meets all the requirements to be a fiend, except for like mechanically his race informing that he is a fiend.
His feedback.
So I'll leave it to you. It doesn't really matter to me. I feel like narratively it would be way more fun if he was a fiend, though.
Hi, Freed.
Yeah, I don't know.
Unless this will like insta kill him, in which case let's not.
I mean, it's not
Bring
going
him
to
a
insta
construct.
kill things. No, we already had that discussion. We can't really do that because if we did that, bad things would happen.
Test.
I don't know.
Am I still faint? I'm still faint. Damn.
I mean, do you want to go into a side channel so you can tell me what would actually happen?
Nah, it's not even. I'm just trying to work things. I'm just trying to work some things out.
So, tieflings aren't affected by the church, right?
No,
I can't tell you.
I mean it affects
No.
fiends, and it wouldn't affect tieflings. They're not considered fiends.
Okay.
Which is why you need to check with Empyreon.
Well, even if it did, Valine would just walk right in. Like, she don't give enough fuck. In fact, she kind of just like saunters inside. Like, she feels, I want to say,
Honestly, Vin, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna leave. I'm just gonna leave the. I'm just gonna leave the race as it is for now.
Okay, no problem.
All right.
No fiend it is. But he is chaotic evil, so like that's a thing if that comes.
Yeah, well, that's totally fine. Yeah, you can be that. Evil. Evil.
Evil!
Oh, are we all back? Oh no, Brand's
Yeah,
still not.
no, we're all back.
What about Brand, huh?
He's
Oh,
back.
God damn it. All right.
Brand's
Well,
been here, yo.
way to be a dick about it.
Carissa.
All right, so you guys open the
Carissa, yo.
doors. You guys open the doors, and you are greeted with the sight of a church. A fairly typical church, albeit not the biggest church in the world, but it is sizable, you know, uh, especially considering the rest of the village. No, it is quite sizable. There are pews, there's a center aisle, there's an altar, and there is a single priest behind the altar praying. Otherwise, what you see around, there's really nobody in the church.
Church of the Forgotten much?
Well, you dragged me here. Can you please put me down now?
Who dragged you in?
Empyreon's carrying me at the moment.
Oh,
Empyreon, you
okay.
can put her down.
Drop like if you were anywhere else, he would drop you, but he just kind of puts you down on your feet.
Meanwhile, like as I was saying before, Vaylin she doesn't just walks in. She kind of she kind of struts her way in with a bit of a swear to her hip. Like you can tell she's feeling cocky about the whole situation. She takes a deep breath and goes, it's been a long time since I've been in one of these places. And
Leon,
again, I was kicked out. Can't say I regret it though.
Leona's gonna lean close to her ear and say, "Please tell me you're gonna cause some trouble."
From behind the altar, the priest looks up and opens his arms. Welcome to the Church of Saint Andral.
Or that could happen.
Freed walks in, draws his sword, and pulls it to his right hand in a respectful, like, he's putting the blade away from the priest, and he bows.
Or you could
In
do
a very
that.
respectful
Andral, Saint Andral bless you. But what do you do here while I pray? While there is a festival going on in the middle of the city?
Brand's going to hide behind
Festival.
Imperium for the time being, just peeking out at what's
Yeah,
going on.
you hear Empyreon in a voice unlike his normal voice mutter, "Bleh, church."
I mean,
I'm-
what festival are you referring to exactly?
Well, are you saying you haven't heard? The festival of the blazing sun is currently underway. I would go take a look at it if I were you.
Oh,
We
absolutely.
should give him
Unless
the
you
thing
have
and then leave.
Unless you have some important business here.
Blazing Sun, huh? That's quite the ironic name
We can
for the
visit that in a bit. We
situation.
do
I would
have
say.
business. I apologize, but as you can tell, we're not the most clean people in the city at the moment.
Please,
Through
the
our
church
investigation-
accepts all kinds.
Could we?
Much
Ah.
thank you. Through our investigations, we found the remains of somebody who we believe either was robbed from a graveyard or
We have priest
belongs
bones,
in
I
a
think.
graveyard. We'd like to return them respectfully.
The priest is smiling as you say that, and continues smiling, a little unsettlingly, and then just
Anyone
says,
else?
and just kind of looks down and is like, "How did you hear about that?"
Hear about what? I just told you we found them in a box somewhere else.
Where did you find? What? Okay. What bones are you talking about? Everything is fine. What are you talking about? Show me the bone.
Insight. I'm rolling insight on that because that's just confusing as sin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would roll,
Roll insight.
but unfortunately, I'm stuck on mobile. What,
I'm so sorry.
What is it? 1d20 plus minus.
Plus your wisdom modifier and plus proficiency if you have proficiency.
Valine, you're rolling insight, so you would get a 1d20 plus 1.
Would you like me to roll that with you, Warren?
What? Yeah, either that or you can manually type it into chat, Valine. Yikes. All right.
You believe.
So,
Wow.
Freed, you are able to see right through his, as well as actually pretty much everyone except Valine is able to just be like, "Oh wow, okay, yeah, everything's fine, sure."
Except
Yeah,
Kill the
Brandon
lion
and,
priest.
Brand.
Except for
Brand did
except
not
for
roll.
except for Valine, who's just nodding. Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Brand,
Yeah,
roll.
Insight. Where's the insightfulness of?
It's
oh,
on.
insight.
It's under your skills. Yeah.
Yeah, like Valine's just having
Actually,
a bit too much of a time of her life. Like she's enjoying this whole thing.
Bran, you actually do still notice like that he's lying, because he's really not smooth about it. Everyone except for Valine, who is just like nodding, like genuinely, like, yeah, no,
No.
yeah, everything's fine. Everything seems fine.
No, more like she's not paying attention.
Well, if you weren't paying attention to what he was saying, then you wouldn't have rolled.
Shh.
No, I'm not gonna. That's how it is. Anyway,
No witnesses.
no witnesses. I will summon Strahd and murder you right here. I will
Please don't.
strike you down where you stand.
Please don't.
Smite me, oh mighty smiter.
Okay, that genuinely
Y'all
sounds
Son
would,
of a
man.
bitch. All right.
Y'all
That
would,
genuinely
man.
felt good.
So okay.
Rip the
yeah,
lion
so,
priest's head off. Rip him off.
so
Anyways,
yeah, basically everybody except
That was in
for-
character. I want you guys to know that a loud, high-pitched voice comes from Empyreon and says, "Rip the lying priest's head off. Rip it off."
Leona's just gonna put her hands on her ears and shudder at that, because high pitched hurts ears.
Freed drops a wide-eyed, just slow turn towards Empyrean. Why don't you go step outside? Leona, why don't you take the puppy outside for a while? Take a
Why don't
little
you go
walk.
rip your own fucking horns off? Kill the priest.
I just
Right.
want them in here in the first place!
Awesome.
Is it me or does Empyrean sound different?
Yeah.
Sorry about that. And Perion steps outside of the church.
All right.
And then he punches the wall from the outside.
Just dust falling everywhere.
Okay.
So the priest, everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Really? Because.
But definitely show me the bones that you have.
I think we might have a problem.
So
What is going on with the
gear,
spiky man?
Come to question, though. These
gears
bones,
are slowly turning.
what do you plan to do with them?
I want to see which bones you have. Then I'm going to tell you what to do with them.
Which bones?
Of course, they're probably bones that don't even belong here. I mean, nothing is wrong here, so it's fine.
He
Leona's
seems like
gonna
a
look
pretty-
right at priest and point at the priest and say, "Which bones?"
I don't think he means witch as in voodoo witch. I think he means witch as in multiple bodies are missing. And he glares at the priest.
And then Leona's just gonna go, "Skeletons, dude, skeletons."
Please tell me. Just show me which bones you have.
He seems like a pretty humorous guy. Should I show them?
Leona's gonna grab Maylene and say, "Nope, we are running now."
Ow, ow, ow.
Leona,
I want to know the answers. I don't.
I want to roll.
Showing-
Hang on. I want to roll perception. Because I want to see if I can tell anything about this guy, the priest. I want to see if I can notice anything that's off about him.
Then do it.
oh no.
Oh, son of a bitch!
Do you want some help with that?
So I'm
So
gonna-
nothing is particularly interesting about the way that this priest is. He just seems like a little creepy.
Perhaps
That's
gonna
pretty-
see if there's anything really off if you look at the details about the church itself, or
Okay.
are they clearly trying to hide something
Okay.
of something?
It definitely seems a bit dark. Even this is midday, and if this church were built such that it would need to be illuminated during midday, you'd assume it would be a bit brighter in here during midday, but it is quite a bit dark in here. Perhaps they're missing something?
Did
Like,
do you have
the
enough
windows?
oil for your lanterns?
We don't light the church with lamps. Instead, we use the light of the guiding spirits to lift ourselves up and listen.
They seem
Listen,
kind of dim.
Listen. Somebody came in and stole the bones. Okay, the bones are missing, and we desperately need them back. This church is a safe haven, but only while the bones are buried. The bones were stolen 2 days ago. I've been trying to keep that a secret so that the masses don't get the chaos. So
Wait,
that the chaos doesn't run into the church and consume us all. Imagine if everybody who comes here for refuge during the night knew that this was no longer a safe place.
wait.
But if you
rechecking insight on that.
Go ahead.
Oh, fucking yay!
Oh yeah, mate. You did great.
You're basically able to determine based on his speech patterns and what he sounds like and what's going on in the situation that this is probably the first bit of truth he's actually giving you, and it's entirely truthful.
Interrupts him with a loud sounding clap, and he bows his head. Thank you. All I needed was the truth. I don't give a shit about the culture. Just wanted to know the truth.
Wait,
Put the bones away.
but you're saying
But
that the
if
church
you
is
did-
now completely vulnerable.
Yes, and every second we don't spend putting the bones where they need to be, this is another second that Strahd and his minions have to plot on how they are going to prey on everybody who comes in. We must get them back.
So
All right,
when I mentioned
I
we
trust
had
him.
the
Let's go.
priest, so when I mentioned we had priest bones, why did you keep trying to deflect the subject?
Because if they weren't the right bones, perhaps I've misspoken. You don't have with you the bones to one of the priests who used to be here. You have in your possession the bones of Saint Andral himself. They're critical.
Freed's eyes turn wide, and he just kind of slowly turns to Valine.
So it's a good thing I didn't let you turn these into makeup, huh?
What the fuck? What the? No! Bury the fucking bones!
They can't be buried just anywhere. They have to be put into the catacombs.
Alright.
Oh,
Hopefully
And off
this
to
time
the
we won't
catacombs
have
we
to
go.
fight a trash monster. Let's go. Oh,
I
wait.
don't like catacombs
Wait,
anymore.
Wait, no.
Valen's
Mm,
Valen's
catacombs.
excited actually. Like you see her eyes light up for a moment. It's like this will be a piece of cake. I actually lived in them.
The problem is, I know for a fact that the entrance to the crypt is somewhere in this church, but I don't know where.
So,
Is the
okay, we should
entire
get.
church just darkened?
So is this an investigation, right?
We need to get Imperium
It
back
may be
in before we
investigation.
go.
One thing is, perhaps this will help you, but originally, I was the only one who knew about the bones. It is typically a secret passed down from preach to from person to person who runs the church.
Priest.
But I told, and this was a mistake on my part, of course.
The coffin maker?
No. What? No. Of
Who
course
do you
not.
think you got them
He doesn't
from?
even come here. No,
Who
At
do you
once.
think you got them from?
no, he has never been here.
He came
I
in
told
once.
them-
We were in his house. We were attacked by vampires. We pinned him to the wall, and then we took bones that were hidden in his dresser.
To be
Well,
fair,
I'm not.
he
I'm
was
not
repentful.
certain.
He gave us the bones.
I am not certain how he came across the possession of the bones, but I highly doubt he came in to steal them himself.
He said he took them, so
The only person I told about the bones, and perhaps this was a mistake, was
You
my
think?
altar boy, Yeska.
He's not the
And
other
where
guard,
is he?
No, Yeska is he is only about he is only of the age he is of the tender age of probably 12 or so.
You didn't happen to see him near any ladies offering pies, did you?
I don't believe so, but he runs around when he is not needed in the church. I suspect that in that moment he would probably be enjoying the festival with everybody else.
You do know what's going on outside, right?
A festival?
Have you ever left this church?
Have you ever been to Barovia?
It's like you're telling him, yes, life is terrible. He's like, I've lived here my entire life. You think I haven't figured that shit out?
Just making sure. Because I'm pretty sure there's no sun right now.
So wait, are we going to the catacombs?
I mean, Valen's excited for that.
So, we need
Don't be.
So we need to bring
I mean-
Imperion back in, and we need to go into the catacombs, and we need to defeat a trash monster, so we can return
Yeah,
the
don't-
bones.
Yeah, don't get too hyped, guys. It's not that big an undertaking.
It's not a
Ah.
dungeon. The catacombs. are
Undertaking.
dungeon.
Haha. Puns. Puns.
Oh, undertaking. Huh, that's
That's a
funny.
really good pun.
That's actually a pretty good pun. Yeah, that was
I
pretty
don't
good.
get it. I'm sad.
Wow. No, it's legit. It's just a crypt. It's like 10 by 10 and 5 feet tall. You just got to go down there and put the bones back. Like,
Quit metagaming.
yeah, I just don't want you guys to get worked up over a combat encounter. That's not gonna happen.
I
just
know.
don't
All
want
right.
you disappointed like that.
Somebody go do that.
Valen,
Put the
Valen is still gonna be
Spooky Boy
disappointed.
back where Spooky Boys go.
Yeah, you could do that if you knew where the entrance was. But you guys
Leona's,
still don't know where
Alright.
the entrance is.
Leona's gonna walk around the walls, stomping her foot and knocking the wall to try to find hollow spaces.
Okay.
I mean, that
Roll
works.
investigation.
We could always go back to the.
I mean, he probably knows. He just hasn't told us yet.
So Brand's gonna look for any kind of weird seams, just walking around the
Why don't you
hole.
just ask this nerd where it is?
He said he
Valen-
doesn't know.
Valen is going to go up to the pedestal. You know, the pedestal that churches usually have with
The altar.
Yes, the altar. Thank you. And she's gonna start fumbling around, like trying to push to lift it, see if there's anything.
Valine, roll investigation. Leona,
What's my
It's a-
modifier? Let me-
it's oh yeah. I can look it up for you.
Plus
because-
5, I think. Unless you're proficient.
Your is +4.
That's plus 4. My bad.
Yeah. No, that's fine. 1d20 plus 4. All right. Well, Leona, you okay, Bran, you don't really see anything of interest. I mean, you do see some great stuff. It's interesting, and you got a feel for how the chapel was painted, but it's not. You don't find anything useful. Leona, checking the walls doesn't really provide any useful information, though you are fairly certain you have thoroughly checked them.
And there's no hollow spaces near the walls because she's stomping her foot as well.
No.
Okay.
However, Valine, stomping
Oh, boy.
around the altar, you begin to stomp your feet, and a couple of the floorboards feel suspiciously weak.
So, guys, somebody mind coming over here? I think I found some. What does Freed find?
Freed joins her.
What does
Brand
Freed
said
find?
just
Though?
instantly interested and wants to kick at the floorboards too. Yeah.
Leona's
Alright.
gonna be at the floorboards, but like on her feet and one of her hands. Like
Maybe you
Oh.
should let me get. Maybe you
Oh,
should
I
let me get off the boards first.
Oh.
Freed steps in the way just before you guys like tear the floor up. He stops you real quick, puts his hands together, and he bows again to the church and apologizes, and then pulls the crowbar back out. All right, somebody else use this thing. I got souls killed with it.
All right, fine. I found it anyway. So, and she starts whamming around at the boards, trying to find. What did Freed find, anyways? As she's trying
Just
to lift the board.
haphazardly slamming at the. Okay, that's good. Roll a strength check, please.
With advantage because she has the crowbar.
I think my modifier is
No,
minus-
advantage is what's letting you. Or the crowbar's what's letting you roll it. You have a -1 strength, Valine. So it's 1d20 -1.
All right, if you don't do it, I'll do it because I've got a +3. Well, that works too. No, that's still the 21. Never mind.
Yeah, there it fucking is, boys.
You should
All
have
right.
sat on it. That's your.
You take the crowbar, Valine, and you raise it above your head and whack, and it just ow. The shock wave comes back into your hand and hurts. It doesn't deal any damage or impede you, but it was not comfortable.
So basically, it rebounds and causes her to smack her face with her hand.
No, that would have been that one.
No, that would have been a nat 1. It just hurts your hand.
It's that famous scene from Superman where the dude takes a crowbar, hits Superman up the head, and just
Yeah, and it's just like pow, Ow! You shocked your hand.
Freed is cracking
someone-
up.
Someone give the crowbar to.
I don't know
Jesus,
why
yeah,
you guys
he's
don't just
outside.
be like, and again, I'm sorry for this, but I'm not sure why you guys just don't say Empyreon stomp this shit.
Because Imperion's outside.
Last
Oh,
Because
that's fair.
because
I
we
mean, he's
don't
like
want him
50 feet
destroying
away.
this
He could
stronghold.
definitely do it. You could definitely just go yell for him. He'd come over.
Valen's
all right. Here, fine.
Valen-
Give me the crowbar back.
Valen
Take
shoves it
crowbar.
at his chest. She shoves it into his chest.
So,
Thank you. I needed that.
so Bran is going to go out and try to get Empyrean, and he's just gonna simply tell him, "We need you to pry something open with the crowbar."
Oh wait, you guys are talking to me? I'm sorry, I was a little
Yeah.
distracted.
Bran leaves to ask him and to come help and say, "We need you to pry open something with a crowbar."
Okay.
Dude, Brian, you had out of character. You had a perfect opportunity to go up to him and say, "Empyreon, I need you."
So
I ship it.
Empyreon walks over to the thing, he follows Bran inside,
Yep.
Yes.
To the floorboards.
To the
and
floor.
he says, "You know, this is beneath me. I could just kill all of you." And then he slashes at it with his battle axe.
What?
All right.
Not
So
normal. What's
Scream.
going on?
No, it's you know this. He said, I messed up. It's you know this is beneath me. I should just kill all of you. And then he attacks it with his battle axe.
Attacks
Okay.
the floor.
yeah, smacks the
Okay.
floorboards.
Reed, do I have to make a dodge? Because I'm sitting there prying it up.
Yes.
Yeah, no, he does not wait for you to move.
Yeah, dexterity save if you could.
Everyone.
So do
Next day.
everyone. What's my modifier? Let's see.
No, Freed needs the dex save.
Oh, just
Oh boy.
Ugh!
Yeah, just
okay.
Freed. Empyreon, roll strength check, please.
So athletics.
No, just raw strength.
Why raw strength and not athletics? It's a skill check, my dude. Trolling me. Actually
What?
trolling 14.
Dude, you got a? No, I'm not just trolling. You're just using your battle axe to smash floorboards.
Tell me, he cuts
That's just
the
raw
crowbar in
strength.
half.
No, but okay. Free Tyrion, high or low?
Hi.
Oh, whoop. Ignore that one. Ignore it.
Thank you. Oh, fuck.
Whew. All right. Freed, you're able to narrowly get the fuck away from the swing as it comes down and skids against your shin. You take 1 damage because it fucking hurt.
Like in slow mo, I watched the axe come down in front. Freed watches the axe come down in front of his face in slow mo. He can see the nicks and scratches and his own cuticles in his eye and his skin, and just watches the axe reappear in time.
Yep, it hurt. So yeah, Freed, you take 1 damage.
And if it doesn't break, he just keeps slashing at it until it, he
Yeah,
rips
no.
through the-
What's it called? With the first thing, you come down with that and enough of it, about a nice 5-foot square is just crunch, or a nice 5-foot circle. It just crunches underneath you.
Can we agree not to ever have him enter a church again, please?
Valen
Freed
grabs
slaps back.
Bran and squeezes him like, "Don't ever bring this animal to do anything again."
The priest is just standing on the side like, oh god, apparently we're gonna need to do the floorboards again. God damn it.
Again.
Sorry.
Come on, maybe there'll be something to murder down here.
What?
Only wish we could have some more fun.
I doubt it.
And then he goes down
I
into the
will
hole.
Get you
Ugh.
some replacement wood for this. I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on.
Does anybody know what's going on in this goddamn town?
I meant with
Alright,
him.
so- now that the stuff is gone, Empyreon, you hop down. The problem, Empyreon, with you hopping down is because it's on the crypt is only 5 feet tall.
Ah, fuck.
Perion,
Oh,
move.
I'm far too big in this form. I guess I'll just have to go low.
Sorry, big guy, you're a little big for the lady crypt. You should have warmed her up.
he cackles, and you guys can all see this now because he's like standing in the crypt, like he's like taller than like the hole in the floor probably. Like you can see his head out of it. It like
I can't help but think of Barry the Chopper from Full Metal Alchemist.
it's kind of like that, except his helmet opens up in the center where like it shouldn't, like a mouth, and like you can see his teeth, and they're like razor blades, and it like clacks open shut as he laughs.
Baleen
that was a
punches
terrifying
free.
sight.
You shut up.
You know, you're a great one. I like you. And then he
I don't know if I
crouches
take
and goes
that as a
inside the small hole.
I don't know if I want to take that one as a compliment. All right, so you squeeze. So you are squeezing through. You realize that.
Yeah.
All right.
So that means Valine can't go in to put the bones because he's going to be filling the entire crypt.
Hey, Empyreon.
I'm not that big.
Having rolled nat 20 on your history, knowing all about Empyreon, the character, would I know what's going on with him, or is that something I'd have to roll history again?
No, you know from that role that there are two distinct ways that this being has been described throughout history. In fact, I don't know if you were okay with your character having actually read or come in contact with the book that was written about Empyreon.
Yes, he probably came across it when his
There's like an entire like quarter of the book describing the fact that the being is described of exactly two natures. One that is obedient and will follow its master until the end, and another that is a monster. Like it is as close to a demon as could be found outside of the abyss. It is evil and twisted and will eat you and your children's children.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
Having noticed this and having watched Empyreon,
But like
go
it
down
also
into
says,
the
I
vault,
can't confirm if this is true because I've never actually met it. But like that is the description.
Having noticed this and having known about his past, Freed thinks about his life in the Moronis family house, or he thinks back to his higher education life, and he kind of turns to the group, guys. If I remember correctly, this guy has two personalities: the obedient man and the monster. So we need to be careful and make sure that we're on the good side of both.
So, am I going to be able to get inside with his fast in the way?
Nope, you're gonna die.
Yeah, she's whispering this to everyone else.
So what's inside the crypt?
Wait, you're whispering to me?
An empty crypt.
Is it small and there's
party.
nothing important in there? But there's nothing a bloodthirsty maniac would find interesting.
Not even a little bit.
Okay, then he like climbs back out like really awkwardly and like almost like in an unusually movement. Like his movement is like almost like there are movements that like a normal human body contours would not allow, and he definitely would break limbs, but like he does it anyway.
Right.
And then he climbs out and he's like, "It's boring in there. I'm gonna go stand outside again."
You know, that sounds like I think there's a sun festival. You might stand outside by the door. You might even see.
No.
Oh, there's a festival? Oh, I wonder if they're
No.
like the ones from my home plane.
How about we just hang out by
They're
the
exactly
door?
where that's
And
going.
he goes and he walks outside,
Oh,
just happened?
God, what did I just start?
and then he stops in his tracks.
Oh, thank God.
Valine grabs Freed now and violently shakes him. Stop that.
No, you have no idea. I'm not kidding. I read an entire novel. I listened to an entire novel. I listened to a fucking history report on this guy when I was a child for a month and a half. It's half of his stories are of him as the Great Protector. The other half are of him as the perfect monster. We want to be friends with both sides.
Yeah, like there are
just
like
want
definitely
you
stories in that
fans.
book of him like eating children and like skinning people alive
Hey,
Wonderful.
Like some sick shit.
hey, Baleen. Can I get
Leona.
those clothes back? I think I need the pants.
No.
Oh shit, myself.
We got
You know what you
Code
need
Brown.
to do?
Code Brown.
What you need to do is just buy some brown pants, and then no one will ever know.
See, here's the thing. No, here's the thing. I never specified that Valine picked up the clothes.
He just left him there.
Bellato,
Yeah.
is it too late to say she just put them in her bag?
Oh god, is it too late to apologize?
Are we talking about the girl? Because I think I still have her in my inventory.
No.
It's because we were all distracted. I mean, like, if you were all paying attention during that stupid joke scene, you probably would have picked
Nobody
him up.
noticed Freed pick up the girl and just stuff her into one of his saddlebags.
What?
I
I think it's
saddlebags and ride them over me. Let's ride on.
No, but seriously, Leona
Um,
threw an extra set of clothes at Baleen, and now she
Sure.
needs a change.
All right. Jesus Christ. Do you guys put the bones in the fucking place already, or like, is that not happening?
Valine just walks downstairs after saying no, and like, and she's feeling along the wall before she goes, no, not that bad down here.
No
It's a little
thanks.
but it reminds me of my home a lot, just with a lot less tunnels. Oh, I think this is the grave that we're supposed to put them in. She says. Does she have to
Hey,
open
you got it.
Does
What?
she have to open? Does she have to roll strength to open it, or?
No, she's got to go inside the thing and put the stuff where this thing is are. Like it's just go into the grave.
So basically, like the body was laid on a bed, just exposed like that, right?
Yeah.
All right. So then she's down there for several long minutes, but you can hear several bones clacking. Like she's trying to put the body back together how it's supposed to be. Does the body have 8 ribs on the left side, or is it 10 ribs? I'll go with 10.
If the bones are on the you hear the priest. If the bones are on the table, that should be good enough. Just so long as they're back down where they should be.
They don't need to be like organized or anything in a respectful manner.
I mean, I could easily put I could make easy to look like a dick, you know. I'm trying to be nice here.
Put the bag on
Lord,
the
I'm a
table and then
priest and I
take them
don't
out
give
to
a
put
shit.
them in place.
Oh, for the love of God.
She comes out after 5 minutes,
Spirits be
kind of
praised.
proud and says, "All right, we're done. So, what now?"
Like fucking spirits that took too long. Uh
I'm having fun, okay?
Yeah,
No,
Freed's
it's-
lying flat on the ground, just.
You see
Those
Leona
are
standing
saddlebags.
awkwardly, cause, you know.
That's right on.
My clan's ancestors would be writhing right now.
I'm very sorry for bringing in the angry creature again.
So,
Freed tears off some of
Mister,
the bandages on his
So,
hand, wraps around his knee.
as you place the bones and crawl back into the church, or crawl back up to the church,
yes.
everything starts to. Stupid fucking. All of a sudden, the entire place seems to brighten. Bright light starts to fill the area. Not overpowering, but just a nice, comfortable, bright light fills the whole area, and somehow you all feel good.
Leona's gonna get a look on her face that says she's doing something maybe she shouldn't be supposed to, and say, was that technically necromancy?
No.
No.
Oh, my goodness gracious. It is done. The chapel, the the church is once more safe from the clutches of Strahd and his evil minions. Oh,
Yeah,
this
but
is
that
a
won't
wonder. What?
keep going.
This is a wonderful relief. Thank God I do not have to lie to the clergy anymore. All right.
Isn't
I
mine one of the
I would
established?
highly recommend putting something over this spot. A
Don't
pedestal,
worry.
a holy
We'll-
water fountain, something. I don't do churches. I do ancestral clan ancestry pedestals. That's what I know. I would put something here to cover the spot.
Thank you.
I'm with
With the
him.
bones of Saint Andrew placed, Saint Andrew can once again give his eternal afterlife to protecting this church. Ah, such a saint he was, and still is. Very well. Thank you. Now, unfortunately, I can't offer you anything. I don't have anything to offer.
I don't suppose you have holy water to drink, right?
Why do you want to drink holy water so much?
Considering I was bit by a vampire, it wouldn't hurt.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm thirsty. I mean, I used to do it all the time as a kid before.
Just bring me a source of water. I would be happy to bless it for you.
At that,
Awesome.
Leona's going to pull out her pot and say water,
All right.
and then say,
Water.
where do you want it?
Rayleen's just gonna start looking around for one of those pedestal things that water's put in.
Basin.
Yes, a basin.
The priest produces a small metal chalice.
Works for me.
Yeah, Leona's going to fill it.
All right. You pour out the water, and it fills the chalice. The priest begins the blessing process. He says, "This will probably take about a couple of minutes. I suggest you should go and come back."
I'd like to do something. It's gonna be a little awkward because it's not necessarily water. Well, actually, no, it is. Freed pulls out both water sacks. He has one water sack full of water, and he has another one that has red rope tied around the nozzle. This is an ancestral legacy of really fine rum. Would you be able to bless this? I know I'm asking something weird, but it means a lot to me because I can't really make any more at this current moment.
The priest takes the satchel of water and rum and places them next to the chalice, and he simply nods and then continues the blessing.
Fabulous, thank you, sir. And he claps his hands together and bows again.
So,
Alright.
is Valen going to be able to keep the chalice after this?
Well,
The
we're
priest
going-
is currently tied up with the blessing procedure.
All right. So we
he-
have to ask him after. Okay.
Yeah, he's not really available to speak at the moment.
You know, there's
Okay.
a sun festival going on outside. We could probably go look at that.
Maybe I could give them a small sun. I have been dying to use my new spell.
What spell?
I'm working very hard to not make a joke on that.
What?
Here comes the sun.
Oh,
Come on, she's going to grab Valine and Freed and start trying to pull them out of the church.
Please be careful with the rum. It's irreplaceable, and gets dragged out.
Yeah, I was about to say the priest nods and then continues what he's doing.
Ran follows. Yeah, the judge. Okay.
As they pass him, Imperion goes to follow.
Very well. So you all continue into the. I will go ahead. Everybody, look at. Everybody, Jesus Christ. Everybody look at the map.
So does Empyrean's movements look normal and not physically impossible anymore?
Well, they
Is he
weren't physically
stable?
impossible. He's not jointed the same way that humans are, so like it's a little different.
Yeah, I
It's like
know.
Wreck-It
That's
Ralph
what I
joints.
was asking. Is he stable?
Well, he's walking like he normally does. His posture is rather straight, but he has kind of like a bit of a sway to his step, like he's not all there.
How you doing
So-
up there, big guy?
Mm. Why
So-
are you asking?
Because you attacked me and cut my knee, and you nearly cut my head off.
I did no such thing.
3
I am
points
not
to the
responsible
bloody
for the
father's
actions of Belzim.
Who's
knee. You have a
Belgium?
thing against churches?
Huh?
Do you have a thing against churches?
I don't.
Does your other counterpart have a thing against churches?
Well, he's a demon, so I'd imagine.
Oh. And her features drop like.
Right. So, no
And
holy
now
ground
for
for you,
something
correct?
completely different.
He shrugs. I don't know.
Do us a favor. Because you almost endangered the little miss as well.
Belzim
If you
does not
feel-
care for this.
If you feel like... Sorry, what was that?
He said Belzim does what he wants.
Oh, shit.
He
Do I
just
need to
can't
look for
hurt
that?
her. He's incapable of it.
Is that religion or history? I rolled Belzum.
You could roll it. It's you're not gonna know him.
Sorry, ignore that.
Yep.
Like his name is lost to like human history, and he's like just a random soldier demon from like the Blood War.
Well, if you feel like Belzum is going to appear again, go ahead and take a step back and give us some warning.
If you, we have yet to be in a fight. I usually do not fight. Not that I can't. Belzim is just better at it than me. You will see him again. Tell him to be careful next time.
Well, he said he liked me, so I think I'm okay.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing, though?
Probably good. I mean, people liking other people tends to go well.
All right, so you guys are walking through the streets. Do. As you approach about here, the same place you guys are staying to sleep, by the way, over here, you start to see it. You
Oh no.
people, well, I mean, all the way from back here, you saw people on their porches and a lot more people outside than usual. It definitely seems the air of a festival in progress, but it definitely also seems the air of a really shitty festival in progress. People aren't really, they don't look happy to be here. It's almost like they're out here and attending the festival against their will. They're all just kind of looking around and it's a bit glum. However, at that, you hear and then very quickly see a parade in front. Coming your way. I mean, you guys are standing now at the actual blue, you guys are standing now at the Blue Water Inn, so you're not there. Under threatening skies, a parade of unhappy children dressed as flowers trudges through the muddy streets. Leading the way for a group of sorrow-looking men and women carrying a 10-foot diameter wicker ball. The burgomaster and his smiling wife, who holds a sad bouquet of wilting flowers, follow the procession on horseback. As weary spectators watch from their stoops, the ball is borne to the tower square.
Anybody else find this depressing?
Yeah, Valine, would you mind giving us a little bit of an exciting tune?
I'm sorry, what? She asked. She hasn't heard instruments yet.
Just trust me, I have something that I think that people will really like.
I mean, you're asking me to play music. I don't have any instruments.
Oh no, they're scheming.
I know how to play the castanets, but I don't have any on me.
Is there a great big drum anywhere?
I mean, if your
No.
character has the
Really?
performance proficiency, you can probably sing.
Or dance, maybe.
Damn, I don't have performance.
For both.
Raylene is suddenly very uncomfortable.
You put her on the
Like-
spot. That's really rude.
Yes. Like,
Do you guys follow the parade? It's heading in this direction.
Yeah,
So
we'll,
it's going.
we'll follow the
Yes.
parade.
yes, like
All right.
Raylene's like, I guess I could do something, but I don't have any of the. Okay.
Well, I can
I used to perform as a kid, but I don't have anything that I could use.
do it without music, but it might be a bit strange to just all of a sudden have a ball of fire start existing without any build-up.
Oh yeah, but by the way, as a player, I'm all right with this, but the character is very hesitant. Just putting that out there.
All right.
Uh,
Now, you guys follow the. Now remember, in Barovia, it's never quite bright light. Things are always a dreary overcast as the sun just can't claw its way from behind the clouds. You follow you follow the procession as it nears the town square and goes ahead and enters the town square. There, the 10-foot wicker ball is hoisted and hung from a 15-foot-high wooden scaffold, and townsfolk take turns splashing it with oil, albeit drearily. Before the wicker sun can be set ablaze, the sky tears open in a sudden downpour. All will be well, cries the burgomaster as he brandishes a sputtering torch and marches defiantly through the rain towards the wicker ball, only to have his torch go out as he thrusts it into the sphere.
All right,
Raylene, seeing this,
A,
Ooh,
singu-
wait.
a, s-
Oh.
a singular laugh erupts from the crowd, drawing the burgomaster's fiery gaze, as well as gasps from the townsfolk.
Can I take a moment?
Yes.
Awesome. I am gonna pull my short bow, cast, Searing Smite.
All right. I don't want to be like, this is a cool scene that I want. This would be awesome if it's melee attacks.
No, I was gonna shoot a flaming arrow into the sphere.
I know, but like searing smite only works on melee attacks.
What?
Yeah.
Oh damn!
Yeah, so
Let
I
me-
was like, I know where you're going. That's a
Wait,
cool
wait.
idea.
Can I cast it on a dagger and throw a dagger into the fire?
No, because
That's a ranged attack.
The magic stops. The magic's in your hand and it's transferring into the sword.
In that case, what Leona's gonna do is
Can't you thaumaturgy the thing to set it on fire?
No, thaumaturgy on the controls fire. It doesn't create fire.
in that case Leona's gonna lean towards Breed and just say, "Make it brighter," before she begins to cast her spell.
Oh my god, are you gonna use the big one?
I am going to create a flaming sphere.
Okay.
So in
Does that create fire or what?
it creates
No,
a big
it's a spell.
It creates a ball of fire. So what she's going to say is, well, of course, you can't light a sun with a torch. You need a sun! And then she's gonna cast Flaming Spear.
I cast thaumaturgy on it, and I clap my hands together, and I make the sun brighter.
Can you do that on magical fire?
I don't know. It just
I don't
says
think
fire.
so.
Yeah, I don't think that would work on magical fire.
Okay, then I wait. Then I ready action to clap my hands together. Thaumaturgy on the sphere itself. Once it is engulfed in flame, to make it as bright as possible, or at least make it 3 times brighter.
I don't know what they actually.
So you cast a 5-foot diameter sphere of fire.
Where no one is, obviously. She's gonna find a spot.
Sure.
Yeah.
Where exactly do you cast it?
Somewhere.
Give me in relative terms. Just tell me exactly where you cast it.
Somewhere just far enough from the wicker sun that won't set it on fire yet, but that she can easily move it towards it within a turn.
So like vertically above people, that'd probably be the best place.
But far enough away from people that it won't burn anyone.
Okay. You cast your fire. Your sphere of fire forms itself. However, as it starts to appear, you notice something eerie and wrong. Your fire isn't a glorious, regular orange fire that one would normally attribute, but instead just as hot and just as dangerous. But instead, the fire is various shades of black and green. Mostly black.
Edgy, though.
It's emo.
What?
It's emo fire.
I said it's edgy.
The fire is depressed. It wants to emote itself. It's having trouble expressing. Just roll with
my
it.
flames.
Leona is going to see this, and then she's going to dig in harder and try to touch the wicker sphere with her own sphere.
The sphere of fire that gets close to the flaming wicker ball, or the large wicker ball. However, just before it's able to catch anything useful, your flaming sphere manages to catch the scaffolding that the wicker ball is attached to, bursting it in flames, and the wicker ball drops from its hanging, crashing into the ground, splintering into various pieces, all covered in oil, which then themselves catch on fire.
Ah, shit.
So now there is a giant fire. There is a large fire in the middle of town square. A large oil fire in the middle of town square.
Empyrean claps.
Raylene has walked
Loud
away.
metal clanging claps.
You hear the burgomaster shout as he points to the person who cackled the first time. He shouts out, "Guards, arrest that man for spite! Laugh at this funeral. Laugh at this all-important celebration of hope. Arrest that man." The guards begin to surround the individual who was seen laughing. And they begin to tie him up at the wrists and ankles. He is then brought over to the burgomaster's horse and chained to the back.
So, can I try to figure out any details of who this person is? Is he recognizable?
You do not recognize him. from any of your previous encounters in Valaki.
Hmm.
The burgomaster and the burgomaster's wife then ride off slowly. The individual dragging behind the horse, not being able to get his balance, being dragged along by the ankles with, again, his hands and ankles tied. So they ride out of the town square. The crowd lingers for a little while, chatting and talking, and you guys can do what you like at this point.
I kind of want to mingle in between the crowds and just
By all
play
means.
as indescript, but not indescript. What is it? Incognito. I want to kind of walk around the crowds and see if I can hear any murmurs and hear any information about the town that we're in.
In Fori, I would have told you this. Go ahead and roll for. Wow, this one does not have a good thing for this. Go ahead and roll charisma, just general charisma, and everybody else tell me what you want to do.
Valen,
Charisma or stealth? I want to be incognito, not noticeable.
Right, charisma, because you're not just trying to hide in the crowd. I mean, if your goal is to hide in the crowd, solely to hide yourself from people in the crowd, if your goal is to go completely unnoticed, that was Constitution, which doesn't really help you at all, even a little bit. In this situation, it says free dragon, free dragon, Constitution.
I
the way
didn't roll
I have,
con. How the hell did that happen?
You just
the
rolled
way-
con.
I did not.
By the way-
I did not roll con.
Not hit
I
her.
have
I did
10%
not.
battery.
I did
What
not.
the hell?
So in any case,
I have 10% battery. I may disappear soon before I can return.
okay. Well, tell me what you want to do.
Just Valen turned to Leona and she said, "That's the second time something like this has happened. The first time when we found a bear trap, it turned into a." She thinks for several moments and then says, "Leona, I don't think it's safe for us spellcasters to use spells that aren't immediately like Firebolt or Shocking Hand, or I think spells that require influence are dangerous for us to use in this place."
Maybe that's something the wizard would know about. We gotta see the wizard.
We could, but he tried to kill us with a lightning bolt.
Well, to be fair,
Off to see the
we
wizard, the
did,
wonderful Wizard of Oz.
To be fair, we were associated with the throwing of boats at other boats.
And we were fishermen, but you know,
If
just
we
don't use area of effects from now on. I have a bad feeling about them.
All right. So Freed, if you're just trying to keep yourself hidden from other people, then stealth is fine. If you are trying to talk to people and gain information in a way that makes you unnoticeable or incognito, that would be a charisma roll.
Okay, so yeah, he's basically walking around saying, "Man, that was weird. Didn't that happen last time?" Or, "God, what happened last time? I can't remember. I was a little drunk time."
Oh, that's definitely charisma.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay, never mind. You're right. It was charisma, not stealth. Oh, here we go. Son of a bitch!
Whew! People are not really inclined to talk to you. They just don't feel comfortable speaking to someone who is just so unrelatable. Um, they just seem a little put off. Perhaps not even by your visage, but just the way you're going about attempting to make conversation. In this scenario, it's definitely not effective.
He's that guy that just joined the conversation in the middle. Wow, man, that fire, that was scary, right?
Yeah, man. Is anybody else doing anything?
I
Staring,
think
blankly
Leona's a bit
gawking.
messed up at the moment because, you know,
I
not
see.
only did she fail, she failed big time.
It's
Yeah, kind of did.
oh,
Yep.
this festival was a shaft.
You
Anyway,
know, if you notice, you've just been going around destroying things. Like first the adventure just happened in the church. Now this. In what? An hour?
so
Church, festival.
if you guys, all right, out of character, everyone.
We've murdered, we've pillaged, we've
We're
destroyed
about to.
merchandise and housing, we've robbed from the grave, we have robbed from the church, we've caused fire damage and extortion.
Attack
Yeah, we're
the
Yeah.
guard.
If you guys wish to
Brutality.
continue, if anyone is there anybody who would not be able to continue a major segment? You know, is this where we should hit the pause button, or should we continue to
I can
move?
continue.
I mean, I can keep going. Yeah.
Yeah, I can keep
I'm
going.
sleep's approaching pretty quick for me.
Okay.
I'd like to go in the next 40 minutes.
All right. So 1:30 is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So in that case, we'll start the next bit then, because I feel like we'll be able to get to a stopping point in 40 minutes. All right. So you guys are in and among the festival crowd. It's not exactly a pleasant afternoon, but now with the burgomaster gone, people do seem a little bit more willing to move around and speak to each other. However, there's bit of a disturbance. Bit of a disturbance. All of a sudden, everyone here needs to roll a perception check.
Does that include me?
Valine, for you, that's Valine, for you, your perception is D20 plus 4.
Rolling perception.
Nice.
I got a 16.
I got a 6. I'm not seeing shit. I'm still laughing my ass off on fire.
Yeah. All of a sudden, Empyreon, Leona, Valine, and Bran all hear what sounds like, as well as everyone else in the square, all hear what sounds like a mighty scream come from where's my mouse? There we go. Come from this area. Did you guys see that ping or no?
No.
Now I
Okay.
saw it.
Where
You
is it?
guys it's right over
You want me to GM ping? Yeah, there we go.
Alright. N5.
So you guys heard a mighty scream come from that area, followed by hold on. Whoops, sorry.
Followed by a YouTube loading bar.
Yeah, seriously.
Bum, 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 bum,
Buffering.
bum, 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 bum.
Followed by two men who you guys haven't quite seen before. Run out into the festival crowd and start shouting, "Tiger! There's a tiger on the loose!"
Oh,
Ah!
a
This would be a perfect
tiger.
time to be a druid.
Sounds adorable.
You're,
Empyreon walks towards the place where they're indicating the tiger is.
you're going to eat a tiger, aren't you?
They
Leona,
both are screaming out, "It's not there! It ran out! It could be anywhere! It's prowling the streets!"
Empyreon walks
So-
around saying, "Kitty, kitty," and he just like he
So-
walks
I rolled a
from
6. I don't hear any of this, right?
he walks
This
from
cause-
here to here, trying to find it.
That would be problematic because you are all here.
Oh, then he walks from wherever the sound from over here is to the sound
So yeah, all right. So you walk from
this way,
Yeah, you walk from here to around here.
here-ish.
Now, it doesn't your search doesn't reveal any tiger. However, the overwhelming amount of the crowd is now freaking the fuck out. Everyone is running back for their homes, and people are just up and leaving quickly.
So, can I hunt around and investigate for it?
Yes. Well, everyone roll perception again.
Thank you.
Bleh.
Yikes.
Please give me something. Yes! 16.
Oh, nice.
Half nailed it.
Freed and Valine. You both notice that there is one particular individual in the crowd who is not panicking, or at the very least not rushing all around. He doesn't look panicked or for his life.
Oh
He
boy.
almost looks a bit concerned, but he's not running and he doesn't seem in a panicked state. He just looks like he's thinking and in heavy thought. He looks like something I will show you in just a moment. Doop a doop a doop doop doop. Soon as I get the picture, I didn't expect you guys to do this, did I?
I'm sorry.
No, don't be fucking sorry. Hell, I'd rather you do more shit. I'd rather do more. I'd rather you guys get first. It's a good thing. All right. He looks kind of like this, except not as squished or dragged out. Christ Jesus, maybe
Oh,
if
it's fat.
there we go. That's what he looks like, kind of ish.
Trigun.
What?
I think I made a joke. He's a scribe-ish trigun.
Okay. So
Ask him if he knows anything about Sturm Tigers.
I'm not going to do that. So he and I will go ahead and move him over to here so that way you can see the rest of the city and him at the time. So he is in the crowd looking a little bit worried, definitely not panicked. So
What do
carry on.
what do I see? You said Freed and someone else saw it, but you didn't say what I saw.
Correct,
It was,
because you did not notice it.
it was Faye.
Freed and Valine both noticed that.
Alright. Leona wants to get up high so she can see more.
So, can I still investigate to find it? If it exists?
Yeah, go for it. That's gonna take up some time though.
Oh.
You won't be able, because you got to go investigate and shit. Oh.
Good thing you didn't have disadvantage.
Oh, this whole thing is happening somewhere. Nope. All right, whatever. All right. So you go off investigating for some tiger, but you'll have to wait to get the results, but I do not believe that you will be finding a tiger. But who knows? You might. So you head off to down some back streets to try to find a tiger. What do the rest of you do?
Is there anything nearby that looks climbable to Leona? Like,
Not really.
say,
I'm
get
gonna
up
be honest.
up high, like on a building or something, so she can see if she can identify anything.
We
I
lost
mean,
Wayne.
I can't. I can't tell you not to try climbing a building. I mean, usually common sense takes care of that for me.
What makes you think Leona says that it all common?
That's, you know what? That's actually a really fair argument. I mean, I'm gonna leave that up to you. What the fuck you want to do?
She wants to, but she needs one in the area first. Should I roll perception to see if I can find something that looks like a good climbing spot?
I guess.
Whoa. There we go.
I'm taking your first roll. Ah, shit. I should have took the second. All right.
Sorry,
No, it's fine. It's just I took your first roll for canonical reasons, but it happened to be a successful roll, which sucks for me. You see that the back side of this building happens to be particularly climbable. What you do with that information is your own.
She's going to try to use it to get up high so she can see.
And
Above the
there
crowd.
it is. There it is. Roll athletics, please.
Leona's actually rather athletic.
Nah, fuck balls. We rolling 10? Oh god. Alright,
Wait.
so you begin climbing.
Remember, this is a rather climbable surface.
So you begin climbing, at which point 2 town guards come up to you and basically just like, hey, don't be climbing. No, don't be climbing that shit. Get down. You can't be climbing on buildings.
Oh, thank God you found my cat. I've been looking for her ever. She's like,
Oh, well, keep your cat under control. You can't be climbing buildings.
Get the tiger under control.
I'm almost home. I can charge the phone. Be right.
Boom,
oh my
boom.
God.
Leona's gonna look at the guards and say, then take care of the tiger. And just continue
what?
climbing.
You stop climbing first, and then we'll take care of the tiger.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
Leave the thing that's actually endangering people for the person who's trying to help.
You're trying to help a tiger by climbing a building.
I'm trying to help find the tiger by getting some visual.
You know, most of the buildings in this town are roughly the same height. What do you plan to see from the top of that building?
Clarity.
Above heads.
humor, a good pun, perhaps a competent guard.
Leona's
Oh my God.
keeping calm right.
Does Leona make it
Get
to the
it?
roof?
Not with a 10. You continue to try to climb, but you lose a foothold. So you slip back down and hit the ground. I mean, not hard, but just like, you slide back
Okay.
down.
You look rather
So
dumb.
Yeah.
so it doesn't kill her. This
No,
time.
it doesn't even injure her. It's just you slide back down.
It's just a
The
bruise.
guards are just like, can you just don't climb that. Like, just don't do that.
Are you offering to throw me?
No,
Sure,
Okay.
no.
sure.
No!
You've already
Okay,
got
Freed,
someone who's
launch
really
me!
good at throwing very heavy
Freed
things.
gets down below the rafters and gets down on one knee and holds his hands out. Put your feet up.
Leona climbs
So
up.
one of the guards walks for a couple, takes a couple steps toward Freed to try to
I
like,
glare
get
at
him
him.
to stop. Hold on. Before you even get a chance, the other guard sticks his hand out, blocking his path, and says, just shakes his head. No. Let this play out. This one's probably going to solve itself.
I totally agree.
Like
but
always.
if I don't help her, she'll find someone to do it on her own.
So, all right, you stand on top of Freed's hands, correct?
Yes.
Oh no, I'm holding my hands out for her to put her feet in my hands. I can just launch her up.
Right. Okay, so you put your foot in Freed's hand.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Freed, roll strength.
Oh no.
Oh, thank God! I saw that one. Oh man, she almost. That one, she would have kicked me in the face.
Leona. All of a sudden, you are lifted skyward. And you are launched into the air.
Yes.
Roll acrobatics to try to see if you can right yourself and see anything useful.
Oh my God, yes!
No.
Yes,
Oh my god.
Inspiration.
Leona, you find yourself upside down rather quickly with no means to correct your orientation. It's definitely unbecoming of a cat to land not on its paws. It's unbecoming of a cat to land,
Oh my.
Oh,
it's head.
not on your paws, but you don't land on your paws this time. Instead, you take a nice tumble head first onto the ground.
Oh god, what's the damage?
There, she learned her lesson.
Damages your
Well,
sleep.
let me go ahead and just hold on a moment, please.
I'm on a computer.
Yay!
Neat.
This was awful. I do not want to use the mouse again.
Oh god.
So,
Leona, you take 5 damage and are knocked unconscious.
I'm not
So-
unconscious.
I can just,
What?
I can
Yes,
just see
you
the
are.
visuals. Oh, thank you, Freed. Whoop, and resulting crunch and crash.
Valine was just watching from afar and is like, I should have popped popcorn.
And Freed looks over at the guards. I told you.
The one who
Yeah.
was going to walk over to you is just just shaking his head slowly with eyes narrowed. The other one is slightly nodding, like understandingly, like, yup, like, yeah, that was never not gonna solve itself.
So, Freed kind of rolls over and walks past Leona, steps over her, and walks over. So, do you guys have some sort of contingency plan for this tiger? Do you know what it is, where it came from?
We have no idea where it is or where it came from. Tigers don't even live around these parts. I have no idea what those two are even talking about. Honestly,
I don't even know what a tiger is.
honestly, those two are the Watcher. Those two are the Watcher boys. They probably just did some stupid dare again. Lord knows. There very likely isn't even a tiger.
Normally, I would agree with you, but with everything I've seen in the last couple days and where I am from, I don't really take anything for granted. Besides, my sword is dry. I need to wet it.
Well, if you're looking to whet that sword, there are certainly much more worthy opponents than an imaginary tiger. I mean, you stay along the old Svalich road for long enough, you're bound to run into some trouble.
Know about that. Is there currently, like, out of character, is there, like, tons of crazy people running around screaming about tigers?
No, most of the people have actually all returned to their homes by now, locking their doors.
That's what I figured.
All right, I need to get some water because my throat hurts. I'll be back.
Be quick.
I walk over and start shaking Leona.
And just
I'm
start what?
unconscious.
Shaking Leona.
Shaking her?
Yeah, to wake her up.
No, she's unconscious.
I pet
pick her up
Leona,
and throw
then
her,
walk
throw
over
her
to.
over my shoulder.
Yeah, she's either gonna need water or sleep to wake her up, dude.
So.
I have none, so I'm just gonna pick her up and throw her over my shoulder.
I have a
Good
water
plan, great
skin.
plan.
I mean,
I'll be right back.
technically,
I need water.
technically my pot thingy is still set to water.
Yeah, but you don't have it.
Yeah, I do. I poured
No.
the guy a chalice, but I kept the jug.
Oh, I thought you left the pot with the guy.
No, why would I do that?
I can't go through your inventory.
Yeah, you can. It's called looting.
I don't think the fan base would like for me to loot the cat witch.
What's the skill I need to roll for? Nope. What about this one? Even worse.
Investigation?
Hold on, I need water. Here's water. Let's try. This water tastes like plastic.
This plastic tastes like water.
Is it from a plastic water bottle?
Mm-hmm.
It's from a modern plastic bottle.
Need a water purifier.
What? Excuse me. I used to be able to meow well. So
All right, I'm back.
So now that little endeavor is out of the way, Bran, have you approached the strange man?
Well, I never saw the strange man.
Have I found the tiger yet?
Freed
I was-
No.
I was
Not have you
investigating,
found-
and no one ever told me I was done investigating.
I rolled a 23. The other person who saw the man was
Brand.
Freed.
No,
Freed.
it was Freed.
Freed. Okay, so Freed. So you saw the man, but you went to help Leona and
I
half
saw the
killed.
man, but I'm keeping my eyes on him. I want to see.
And-
I wanted to see if after I was gonna have the guards, nonchalantly look in that direction and see if they recognize the man.
Well, are we all here?
No, I think we're still waiting on Minako, and I'm watching Thundercats.
I'm here.
Oh, Minako the Taco's here.
All right. That's
So-
me. My name.
So now that that's all out of the way,
Oh, fucking fuck.
oh,
What was that?
That was a picture. No, it was a picture of the character called Lotte from Little Witch Academia. But I mean, I don't know why. I mean, it must have accidentally got dragged in from my Explorer window, because now that I'm playing around with that, apparently you can just drag things right into fucking Roll20. Did not know that.
Do what? Do it again.
and before you accidentally drag in
Do it
porn,
again.
That's the whole picture of
Oh,
her.
that's funny.
For those who think I'm a pervert, like that's her fucking picture. That's it.
Not Susie. Get out of here.
Shut the fuck up. Lotte is my favorite.
Susie is the best. So you're inaccurate.
Susie is great. She's awesome.
All
and I
right.
love her,
Correct
but-
yourself.
I like the cute
The
one.
best.
No, I'm sorry.
Isn't
I
that
like
all of
Lotte.
them?
That's why I said I like the cute one.
Anyway,
Raylene, after watching all this shit go down, everybody's here, right? She just walks over to the strange man. It's like, aren't you the least bit concerned that there are people claiming that of wild, dangerous animals running around? Let Herbie get off my bed.
Empyrean walks back.
okay. The strange man looks at you and just says, "No, no.
And why is that, if I may ask? Herbie, get off my pillow.
Because I'm worried more, or I'm sorry. You ask him, aren't you even in the least bit worried about that? He's, no, I'm not.
Mhm.
I am worried more. I am worried more about the animal than all these other people. No, I'm worried about the animal. This is not good.
I don't suppose you're the caretaker.
Of course not. I know nothing about this animal. Nor where it came from or what it does.
So then why are you worried about the animal then?
Mm.
I mean, other than it might kill everybody.
There is also no possibility that I will be at the Blue Water Inn this evening, and no possibility whatsoever that we should continue this conversation later.
She gets the hint. I see.
Are you sure she doesn't have
He
to
wa-
roll for that? Oh no, that'd be Leona. Leona has to roll for everything.
Leona can't roll for anything right now. She can't hear anything.
You're right, Leona can't roll for anything right now. Literally unconscious.
Leona
So
is on Freed's shoulders, drooling.
But I could hear
Yep.
some. You could see if you heard that in your dream. I
So,
guess.
Raylene gets the message and she just tips her invisible hat and's like, I see. I'm sorry, I thought you were somebody else. I'll go back to the inn. And she just
Yeah.
walks off like that.
Okay.
I saw that.
Huh. All right. So yeah.
And this is the inn, right?
Yep. That's the blue water. That's where you
All
guys
right.
are sleeping.
And we are here.
Yes. Correct.
Okay.
Amundo.
She's gonna look at Leona's limp. Oh wait, Freed's carrying her, right?
Yes.
Correct.
She's gonna walk up to Leona as Freed's carrying her and just start wiggling her ears like, so they are real.
Huh.
I noticed that my first night. I wanted to ask her about it, but she was kind of disheveled and had no equipment. I didn't really have any idea what to make up.
Veiling pulls the hair aside to look into the ear canal. Yeah, that's definitely the ear of a cat.
Empyreon walks up from behind you guys and says, "Tell me why I shouldn't eviscerate both of you right now."
I'm just checking to
She fell
make
off
sure
a
that
roof and fell unconscious. There's sort of creature bound, so I'm carrying her to safety.
I'm just making sure she's not bleed.
But if you carried her, she would be dead.
You received one fucking hell of a fucking little protector.
I'm just making sure she's not bleeding or anything, considering she bashed her head against the floor if she's unconscious. I'd be surprised if she didn't get a concussion from this, Empyreon.
Can you heal her?
I'll wait and see if she gets better first.
So,
But
am I done?
what?
Am I done running around?
Looking for the cat?
Bren,
probably
you
doesn't
are
exist.
done whenever you tell me you want to be done.
Well, did he ever
However,
roll for it?
yes, he did. But unfortunately, your attempts to search for said big cat were not successful. Though you did find evidence that there is perhaps actually a big cat roaming around.
Perfect. Or
Do you
should I
find
say
a steaming cat
perfect?
house somewhere?
Perfect.
Of course, there's a big cat running around. Oh wait, no, I'm not.
No, you're not.
Well,
you're
you're a little
motionless. You
But-
are literally motionless.
But if she's all right and can speak normally by the time she wakes up, we won't need to use a spell on her. That's if we're lucky. I have no idea how tall these roofs are. Do I care enough to take measurement of them. Just keep an eye out in case something lunges at us. We're particularly vulnerable right now, Empyreon.
Lol, Empyreon, like, I will protect the little miss. And then fucking the little miss there, like, yeah? Oh, really? Watch this. You can't protect me from myself.
What's that famous scene where it's just like, here, I can do all this shit, and the next person's just like, here, hold my beer.
Yeah.
Yes.
What are you doing? I'm kicking my ass.
Anyways, once Valine is done inspecting her ears and her tail, because
Hey, would
She-
you just lift up her fucking skirt to see that?
no,
Green
The
would
tip of
straight
the
up slap
tail.
your hand if you did.
tip
Hey,
of the
Valen's a
tail.
woman. Valen's a girl too.
No, I would support him smacking her if she was if she was going around my tail.
Yeah, no, I draped her over my shoulder, so she's like stomach on my shoulder, unconscious. Her
Wait.
back half
No.
is in front of me.
No, how long is the tail?
Probably long enough that it's on the floor, but like not like a lot of it is on the floor.
So like 3 or so feet. All right, that's long enough. If it was a short tail like with bobtail cats, then she wouldn't be picking at it.
Still, you don't touch a person's tail when they're unconscious.
I mean, we talked about what Leona will do when she learns prehensile tails are a thing.
You mean when you're completely conscious and touching it won't mess with your pants?
Hey, we're heading to the inn right now.
Actually, no. Freed's just standing still. I was waiting for you guys to stop talking so I can just straight up yell out into the air. I cast Thaumaturgy on my own, and I yell out, "Bran! Do you find the tiger?"
No, found a couple prints, so there is something.
Have you tracked it yet?
No, I didn't find anything.
You lost the trail?
Definitely.
Fine, come back here. One of
We're
us
going
nearly
to the
died
inn.
And so, I unenthusiastically return.
Please don't mind Leona. She had a catastrophe.
She is a catastrophe.
It was too easy.
I think I added to it.
So. Oh, Bran muted himself.
We lost Bran. Bran is dead. Bran died. The tiger ate him.
What if we are the tiger?
Alright, Mac, I spontaneously given mac and cheese. That is apparently mine now.
Bran
Oh, now I'm hungry.
survived. He was not attacked by a tiger.
That sounds awesome. Anyways, are we going to the inn, guys, or are you gonna drag us? Or are you gonna go elsewhere?
We're
Bran,
probably
do you know
going to
exactly
the
where
inn.
the tiger was?
To the inn.
Yeah, I'm
Were you
pretty
able to locate
interested.
where the tiger was?
Well, okay.
Bran,
What was the question?
were you able to locate where the tiger at least was? Something where we can go back and try to follow its trail.
So I've got you told me that I found some evidence of it. Is that any kind of specific where it was?
No, not particularly. I don't really. Kind of non-specific. Like there were some tracks now and again in some places. Just signs of that kind of bestial life now and again.
No, just
But
not
mostly
really anything.
mostly things that you know that would take a trained eye to see.
Yeah.
Alright, then we'll have to try and search it for later. If it reappears, but for now, one of us is drunk. And I wish for once it was me. Let's head back. Let's regroup at the. We've had a long couple days. Let's regroup at the hotel.
I'm back from confusing things. Okay. All right.
So you guys regroup at the Blue Water Inn.
Yes.
All right.
Freed walks into the tavern carrying. Normally, I know you're used to seeing carried out, but for once, we're going to be carried in.
Huh.
All right, where's the map? Here's the map.
I set Leona down on the table.
Oh,
All right.
All right.
This table perhaps?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's long enough.
You set her down on the table?
Yeah.
You know, maybe it would be a good idea if we put her on the bed upstairs. But
Somebody has to be with her when that happens. I would normally trust you, but you were poking around her tail.
I was curious if it was real or not. I've never seen a human with cat-like features like this. Like I've heard of tabaxi, but this is nothing like that.
Man, I've heard of tabaxi, but this is ridiculous.
Yeah, well, yeah, I used to have a waiter at my tavern, Tabaxi, and very, very different. Tabaxi are adventure seekers. Fucking
Again.
cat people. This is different. I don't know what she is. I've never had the actual opportunity to ask her. Place to ask her. God knows. I'm all kinds of unimaginable information.
I see your point, she says.
Yeah, I've never really been able to ask. Well, I've been able to ask.
Hmm,
Never did. It's
I should
Yes, it's
probably. I should have. Right, fine. I'll apologize when she wakes up.
You're welcome.
Just
All
don't.
right.
Just don't say a word about it, okay?
So, at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and call it for the night. I
Aw.
know Bran needed to get to bed.
Yeah, and I'm tired too.
yes, because I have
Yeah.
a concert tomorrow.
And I'm starting to
Oh,
go to
cool.
sleep. Oh, congrats!
Yes, it's going to be fun.
Awesome.
Yes, I bet it will be a lots of fun.
Mhm.
How's
Good luck.
yeah.
So, oh, and there he goes.
What?
He's gone.
Oh, all right.
Grant's gone.
Bran. Whatever. All right. So I will see you all soon.
Mhm.
Same
Yeah.
time, same place. Probably gonna kill something, I assume.
Yeah, you guys might have combat. I would be really great if you guys had combat next week. I
Also-
apologize that that you haven't been having combat.
Also, will it be possible for Veiling to go and leave her water skin to get it blessed as well?
Yeah. I mean, you'd have to go back to the, you'd have to go back to the place.
Right.
Tell them about it.
Yeah, because
Oh.
oh,
It's only supposed to take like a minute, so once we go back to pick up mine, you could just ask him and say, hey, I forgot to leave mine here. Have mine blessed as well.
yeah, because let's see, bless.
It only takes like a couple minutes, I think.
Let's see, bless. No, it's just because she would want to take the chalice, thinking it might be blessed, but if the priest doesn't let her, then and this is all entirely because I see nothing so far that's a. Ooh, excuse me, I'm sorry. Because I'm seeing nothing that suggests that you can actually bless an item like that and then have actual healing property. It might it's all in her head, and she's thinking, if I do this, it might keep me safe later down the road, you know?
Who knows?
But yeah, it's gonna be. I'm curious how Leona's gonna react when Vaden apologizes. Don't spoil it.
All right. Well,
I may end up making that a thing. Like, hey, I need to.
You're
Oh,
cutting out.
he investigated your and your tail, and your
You're
ears
cutting out.
and everything.
Yeah, you did
He
cut
looted
out.
your body.
basically, he investigated all of you.
Vaden did not. If I swear to God, if Freed says something like that, she's just gonna punch him.
Oh no, Valine's gonna apologize, and Leon, I don't know what you're apologizing for. Freeze just walked past. He said your underwear is cute. She said your underwear is cute.
Okay.
That-
Where's Leona's face go? What?
That's a good way to get someone punched.
All right. I'll see you guys later.
I got something better than a punch in store for him.
Good. Whoa. Look, we know you guys want to, bang, but keep it to yourselves.
Leona does
All
not
right, see you guys
wanna
later.
bang.
Good night.
Good night, Maui-san. He was like, abandon that drama.
Yeah, run away, you coward!
You run away, you coward. Alright, I'm tired, guys. I got
Alright.
some amount of hours.
Alright. Night, Freeds.
Okay. It
Laters.
was not from lack of effort, but
No, you did get your homework done, right?
I've got something turned in, but I'm not having much success with the homework, and I think something's wrong because I keep freezing.
Hmm.
Uh,
Well,
so,
hopefully the professor's lenient with you after what happened.
we'll see. It's possible
Yeah.
we have to retake the class anyway, though.
Oh, why?
Haven't been doing too well with it, but
Well, if you do retake the class, hopefully if you do retake the class, hopefully you do a lot better next time.
oh yeah, it will help not to be struggling and fighting with Python all the time.
Yeah, because honestly, I kind of expect the professor might give you some leniency with the whole laptop incident, because that's just a bunch of bullshit that landed your way.
He did, but I struggled with the actual assignment itself, though.
Hmm. Who knows? I mean, some professors are cool and like they're totally understanding when shit hits the fan. Other professors are just stoic as fuck. I had one of those at one point. I did. By the way, I didn't. With the whole tail thing, I didn't pass any boundaries, right?
Leona's gonna be pissed.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just asking you as the player.
Hold on, I gotta go on mute, Mike.
Okay. Oh boy. What the fuck is happening with my finger again? Let's see. That's bleeding.
Here is what I will say about the line. You're probably not over it, but you're close to it.
You talking to me?
Yes.
What's this in reference to?
The tail thing.
Oh, did I actually piss you off?
No, but you've certainly set off a couple of internal alarms, so, you know.
Oh,
Be
I'm sorry.
be aware you're pretty close to the line with the old poking at someone who's over someone's
Right,
shoulder, and you're poking at the tail of her,
right. I'm sorry
you know.
about that.
And keep in mind, her tail is also, like, hanging down limp. You know, it's not like... It's like between her legs, so if you move it wrong, you would see my
Right,
underwear.
right. I'm sorry
Which
about that.
Which would happen to be brown at the moment.
I
Oh shit!
yeah.
I'm going to ask how,
I
we...
apologize. I didn't think that would be
You're...
that big of an issue. I'm
Yeah,
sorry about
like I said, I don't think you're over it, but you're pretty close to it.
that. And again, I'm apologizing. I won't
And,
do anything like that again.
and I'm going to bring this up to Minako because
Yeah, I
I
crossed
currently
the
have
boundary.
poopy pants.
Yeah, I see where I crossed the boundary again. I'm sorry.
Hold on, I need to message Minako.
Hmm. Is there anything else I've done in recent time that's gone close to that line?
No, it's just that one thing that...
Right. Again, I'm sorry, and I'll yeah.
Oh, I need to stop the recording.